this baby airborne tonight. Yeah. Let's see if we are on the air. Yes, there we go. I am live. Good evening, everybody. It is the 19th of March, 2020. And welcome to all of you. Could be pretty important tonight what's going to be discussed here, especially in relation and scope of events that are rapidly unfolding around the world. We have political friction that's on the rise, geopolitical tensions that are on the rise, and we have we're at the point now. How you doing, everybody? Where we have to prepare for the inevitable part of any type of infectious disease, and that is the parabolic rise that seems to go straight up and every day, doubling the number of infections, doubling the number of deaths, and we got to talk about some serious stuff here. So nice to see all of you, and a few steps that you might consider. What's up for a few things that you might consider doing. We are in a state of lockdown here in California. I'm not out on the streets tonight. I could have gone out on the streets, but let things institute and fall into place a little bit here. I know what I'm going to find outside. How you doing, Junker? I know what I'm going to find outside. It's going to be quiet. The gas stations will be open, etc. But most businesses will be shut down. We have now been under a county-wide lockdown for about 3 days. Hello, Chef. Nice to see you. Let the room fill up a little bit. This is sort of obviously in my lifetime. This is an unprecedented event, but it does find parallels in history that we can derive some type of roadmap for this thing to make sure that everybody, at least in our community, that we can reach is okay. Andrew said, I had to take a drive today. No contact with people, just a drive. That's a good thing. You need to do things like that. I can't, I was going to go live earlier today. I'm trying to answer Gmails and messages coming in. We're sort of passing the investment part of the whole, the whole shock and all of the financial thing, and now we're moving into the realities of what life is going to be like, especially over the next couple months here. How you doing, Cheryl? Nice to see you. Hello, Kaylee. Emily, nice to see you. Monkey Boy, needed fresh air. Good for you. Get your fresh air. Go for a walk. Sit in the sunshine. I told Jen today, let's get the chairs. It was sun finally poked out. It's kind of chilly. But I'll tell you, it felt so good to sit in the sunshine out there and just, I wasn't thinking about anything, anything at all. Hello, Just Jen. Nice to see you. Yes, spring begins here. This is the thing that you need to focus on right now is I'm getting just panicked messages. I don't have money. I'm lost my job, and I'm just a total wreck. There's not much anybody can do at this particular moment. The needs of things are the assessment part of all of this is going on. 9 days of self-quarantine, and go for a short walk. That's good, Sarah Jane. Good for you. Jen says, I have mixed feelings about going out. It's good for your psyche to go outside. It's good to stand there in the sunshine, even if it's on your back deck or something like that, and to turn off the news flow, get your head off of the internet, watch a funny movie, get balanced in your life. Okay, you're going to need all of your strength for the days and weeks ahead. I just left Las Vegas. Hey, Kevin, and the state of Nevada, and that is like it's a little microcosm or a small scale of what is going on in the nation right now. And I was listening to the governor Selesky or whatever his name is, and looking in somebody sent me a link that something on the order of 250,000 people could be out of work with all the associated industries in Las Vegas. Hello, Joey D. Yeah, good to get outside. Stop watching the news 24/7. It is really damaging people's psyches. Friends of mine that have been very level-headed, very balanced, helpful for others, are freaking out about families and loved ones. You know, I think I have the coronavirus, and I'm afraid to go to the hospital and get tested and things like that. That's right. No fear to trek. Been watching more Lone Ranger. Let's get life is wonderful. Exactly. PJ says, I love how creative everyone has been adopting to our new normal. People are truly what they are. Yeah, isn't it nice that most human nature is going to be of a positive kind? Thank you. Thank you, Maggie. Says, I learned more from listening to you than Fox News. Thanks for being on. The one thing you got to remember about the news outlets is, number one, they hate each other's guts, right? CNN and Fox are perpetually at war. Okay, everything CNN is going to put up is going to be tarring Donald Trump. Everything that Fox News is going to be putting up is going to be laughing at, quote, the libtards and CNN and the snowflakes. You're not deriving much of value out of those type of, they care about ratings. You know, they care about putting, you know, in the middle of the night, I was up at 4 o'clock, my phone was ringing. People from over there, oh, did you see the headline on Bloomberg? It says that, you know, the crisis has floored government, and I'm just thinking, dude, I said, do you have a coffee maker? He's like, yeah. I said, what time is it? It's about 9 a.m., 10 o'clock in the morning. Get yourself a cup of coffee. All right. Is it sunny out today? Yeah, it looks pretty good. Sit outside with a cup of coffee. Are you a smoker? Yeah, you have a smoke. Okay, sit out there and just chill out. Yeah, we are on lockdown. Okay, so this is the point I want to make, but I don't want people. I cannot sit here in good conscience though and tell you that there are some new steps to take. As you know, on many of you on February 16th, I put out my initial warning that probably something really big is coming down the pike, and you may want to just play a prepper for a while. Just pretend you're a prepper for a month. Go get some supplies. And thankfully, a lot of you did that, and you avoided all the nonsenses and things of what's going in the stores today. We have work. That's good, Kit and Kat. How you doing? Nice to see you. Hey, Hop Frog. I was happy a lot of people took that advice. This is a calamity on a scale that people haven't seen in I don't know. It will probably end up eclipsing 1929 and what comes after. But it does not. It does not need. I just got news of seniors who make less than $25,000 and don't pay taxes are not getting. I don't know, Joyce. I wouldn't take that to heart right now. Okay, let's wait till the final thing is finished. Okay. All right. The homeless, they're going to be opening up hotels for the sick. They're going to also, I imagine, set up tent cities for. They want to clear the roads. They don't want people out there, going between points in towns unless they absolutely essential traffic and things like that. Locking down in hotels, being inside, we get to reevaluate things we take, like walking, nature, the sun, and social. Exactly right, Lane. So that's kind of the thing tonight. I'm not answering a lot of messages now because there's no point. I'm nobody on the spectrum of things, just a person that has intensely studied these kind of things over the course of history. But every one of them is different. Now here's the thing. Thank you, Sam. How you doing, sweetie? Here's the thing that I want to suggest that you now do. We move from that first phase of where we're going to be getting over the shock and awe of the whole thing. The financial part is the shock. Now we're going to be going into the awe part. You have to realize that when the President of the United States requests that states withhold publicly reporting their claims for unemployment, in other words, how many people came through to door to put an application for unemployment benefits, it's going to be a shocking number. Okay, it's going to be a startling number. It's going to be unprecedented in the history of this nation. And they want to kind of keep statistics like that away from breaking news, ding, Fox News, record play. They're trying to do some things to kind of feather bed this thing a little bit. And that's not the worst thing in the world when it comes to the psychology of things. But the point is, a lot of people are going to be really hurting in a very short period of time that have lost their jobs. If you're lucky, then like some of the restaurants here and some of the businesses, they're carrying you for a period of time. Like in the Wynn Casino Group in Las Vegas has decided to continue people on payroll until April 4th or whatever, things like that. Okay, but a lot of people don't have that luxury. There was another hotel group, I don't know whether it was Caesars or another group, just cut their people loose and said go file unemployment and things of that nature. There's going to be a lot. It would if they were to publish unemployment claims, it would just would be unbelievable. We know what it is. We know it's not good. The point is, a lot of people are going to be doing with a heck of a lot less here. Okay, and some people aren't going to have the luxury of even having unemployment and not having a job, and not even being able to self-employed people that own shops and things like that. So we're now under a lockdown in California, okay, for I don't know how long it's going to last. It's statewide. And when the governor came out and said the expectation is that 56% of California residents will be infected with the coronavirus. If you take that figure, be about 20 million people, and you multiply it by the death rate of 3%, you get 600,000 people. There's not enough hospital beds and things like that. So they need to shock people, and they need to flatten the curve and get people to stay out of contact with each other. If things follow the way they did with the 1918 influenza pandemic, that 3% death rate there, 20 million people died worldwide. So you can do the math. So I'm just saying, it's really, really serious stuff. Now, this could go nationwide. You're not in California, most of you. You have a chance to go out and do what I call a second wave of prepping now. Okay, and what I mean by that is, if you have a chance to buy, say, a 50-pound bag of rice or something like that, or you have a chance to buy a 25-pound bag of beans, couple 5-6 packages of hot dogs, the crowds are going to be down now. They're going to be down a bit in the stores now. It's the perfect time. But if we go on a national hunker down order for 3 weeks, it's gonna be bedlam. Okay, so I'm just telling you now, because I feel like I should, not that I'm anybody of any consequence, but it's kind of a good idea to prep for the next level. Okay, so that you don't have to go out, because what could happen is that you'll have government setting up emergency feeding stations and things like that for people that don't have the resources, don't qualify for unemployment, don't have the ability to buy groceries and things like that. And you don't want to be in any kind of melee at a store, because these kind of melees would be where coronavirus would just explode, and this would just be carried everywhere. So the point is, if you can be a little bit ahead of that in the nation, that's a good thing. Store so much rice and beans, good for you, Vicky. That's exact. This is the best advice that I can give you, is prepare as if you're going to be down until June. All right, it seems unbelievable, but I'm staring at a 50-pound bag of rice. I'm staring at 10 pounds of flour. There's probably 10 pounds of pasta here. We have What do we have? We have 360 prepper meals too that are freeze dried. Also, if we have to use them here. Thank you, Kiwana. I think I'm right too. I think I'm right too, because there's absolutely no downside to it. Because if something is instituted on a national level, which it could be, then you know what it's going to look like at the stores at that point. Plus the fact you have to look back in history to 1918 when the last big pandemic took place, and the truck drivers started refusing to deliver to grocery stores and stocking them up because they were considered centers of death to go to supermarkets and cities. And you have to remember at the height of hey Diamonds, you have to remember at the height of the Spanish influenza of 1918, just in Philadelphia alone, 11,000 people died in the month of October. Okay, 1 month. Okay, Just Jen said, I've been collecting them. I never felt like it was enough because who knows. Well, that's what I'm saying. So be smart. If you go out now quietly, yeah, there'll be a little bit of traffic, but it's nothing compared to what it was a week ago. But it could be like a tidal wave in a couple weeks when real worries about food come up on a national level, and then it's a point. Well, we got to get the National Guard to deliver food and things. I mean, you can imagine things could get pretty messy. Social order could break down a little bit. Okay, be smart. Be smart. Time to have plant a garden. Assume you're not going on holiday. Put yourself a garden down. It'll give you a lot of comfort. It'll give you a lot of a feel-good feeling of having accomplished something and having something good on your own property. It'll help you to feed you too, and do something like that. It'll be nice. Truck drivers get paid crossing over the George Washington Bridge. How you doing, Amy? California is just on the Leisure says, my mother was born in Philadelphia and my grandfather was a Philadelphia policeman. That was ugly. We haven't really advanced much further in the they didn't even recognize viruses back then until the electron microscope was developed, and then a whole new world opened to them. They were smart enough at the end to know that people had to be quarantined and isolated, but no matter how hard they tried in 1917 and 1918, even towns that people went out and put signs up, town under quarantine, do not enter. In desperation to avoid, they still contracted the disease. Why? Because the mailman was bringing in mail every day. Okay, wipe off your packages that you get from the store. Okay, things like that. It's just a good idea. How you doing, Yilva? Everything's going good, Nature Woman. We are good. We are good. So we don't wave the white flag here. We stand strong in this community. We're smart people. People have given me some of these suggestions. They've triggered things in my mind, simple things that can be done. You don't want to be out there with the profiteers and all these jackasses that are pushing up prices. And now's the time you're going to have maximum new deliveries into the stores. And don't forget about restaurant supply houses, okay? Places where restaurants buy. You can get sacks of flour and 25-pound bags of flour and things like that. Do I feel guilty telling people to stock up? No, of course I don't. We're in a Darwinian world. You know, it's not your responsibility to step out of the way, and you owe a duty to yourself and your family to be at the head of the line. Most towns have a restaurant supply place where restaurants go to and pick up their essentials, meats, vegetables, bulk flours, sugars, things like that, okay? Mandatory means required. Get some flour. Hope it's, so get some things like that. Go nice and calm. Yeah, go stock again, and you'll never regret it. It's not stuff that's gonna go bad. Get yourself a lot of peanut butter. If you're not allergic to it, crackers, things like that, then you don't have to go venturing out as this thing goes parabolic and straight up the chart here. to a true national pandemic. If everybody is on a lockdown, then it will dissipate within 2 to 3 weeks. The Chinese experience, if they're to be believed, would show that there's no new internal cases. The only new cases that have showed up have been imported from people coming into the country. The lockdown does work. It does work, the isolation thing. So if it's successful, who in the hell cares if you have extra peanut butter around? You know that you'll eat it. You know you'll eat it. Make sure you order kids Easter stuff from Walmart. So nobody's dead. I think that that's very sound advice in this situation, because we are in a true national emergency that's going to stress out the forces of government. We already have politicians that are down with the coronavirus. I think a couple congressmen. One of them got really ill, and one didn't really have any effects at all. So it's moving fast now, and it's hitting everywhere. Okay, it's probably the good food you can make. Yeah, you can do the good. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. It might come back once they're in contact. We don't know. Hey, Chico. What we do know is we can only take it one step. We can only take it a week or two, a month at a time. This thing does not like, this virus does not like humidity. It does not like heat. The 90-day forecast for the United States shows one of the warmest springs coming up on record, if the predictions are to be believed. And that's good news if you're fighting a virus. So make my best food when we're low. Yeah, make it a fun thing. Make it yeah. JJ said last week it was a hoax. This week it's something serious. Now, yeah, that you can expect. People are taking it real seriously in California. I don't hear anybody up and down any traffic on the street. I would have felt like a fool the first night out to be out on the street. I'd be allowed to, but I figured it would be better to just come on here and hang out with you guys and just share with you some thoughts of do not panic, and just provision yourself a little more so that you're not one of those people that's on the news that's lined up with 3 blocks long with people waiting to get into the stores, and the coronavirus is just floating through the air down in that situation. Okay, don't be that person. Not from this community anyway. How you doing, Tim? Nice to see you. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Craig, and thank you for your very encouraging messages today. Craig, I really appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I got a funny one coming out tomorrow. We're still going to have some fun. I'm East Bay. I went walking the local lake. There are plenty of people at the lake. Just maintain a social distance, right? Chico said Vegas is a ghost town. I posted a video about that. That's cool. I'm used to my tool and pen. I must say the peekaboo factor is... So don't deprive yourself of life. There's going to be... It's not the topic of this to talk about how radically life is going to change, or the implicit horrors of having a service-based economy as opposed to an economy that produces things. But the good news for the longest run is this will be the stimulus for a lot of things coming back to the United States of America. Okay? This will be the toughest lesson, but the most enduring lesson that will be burned into people's minds in this country, that it may be a global economy, but it ain't a global political system. And now we realize, China has us by the nuts on a lot of raw materials and pharmaceutical supplies. I don't think that they'll withhold things, but they cackle a little bit. But why should we ever be in that situation? Right? There'll be a lot of things that return to shore. The service sector of this nation will never be the same again. Okay, the money will not be there for that. What gets me is the Dow. When Trump said go down, come by, I don't get that market. What's up? What's up? Well, you can't. The United States might be the reason. Dave. A professor at Harvard may be the reason. a professor of bio-nanochemistry that was infiltrated by a couple of agents of the People's Liberation Army, probably of very liberal leanings, that if he wasn't aware of it, he's stupid, which could very well be, and they spirited a lot of stuff off to Wuhan number 4 laboratory, which is one of only 3 level 4 laboratories within the country. So we don't know. We don't know. A lot of times we have to look at the failure of our own system and these goofballs, these professors at the academic level that participate in the 1,000 Talents program of China. That's right. So I think now a lot of that stuff will be coming back. Okay. And this time when they're doing the government bailouts, they're telling them, look, you're not going to do stock buybacks. If your executives want to quit, they're not going to get a huge golden parachute. Okay. We're not going to play that game again. All right. If you want to go, go, but you're not going to get you're not going to walk away with government money. If I was them, I'd make them sign a contract. If you want a government handout, a bailout, you're gonna sign a 5-year pledge that you're gonna see this whole thing through. You ain't going anywhere. So get off now, or stick with it. Still taking it? Yeah, I'm gonna bake a cake. Absolutely, gonna bake a cake tomorrow night. We got to stop rewarding these pricks that only care about themselves while they were enriching themselves like Boeing, buying back stock like crazy, shrinking the capital base and enlarging their earnings per share by just reducing how many slices the pie gets cut into at reporting season. Okay? All the people out of work. There's going to be 30 million people out of work. That's a lot of mouths to feed. That's a lot of stress on federal budgets. At least 20% of people are going to be unemployed, probably more, because we don't have much of a economy that's not service-based. Hairdressers, restaurants, movie theaters, entertainment, all that kind of stuff. That's going to be a real weakness going forward. Time to use cruise ships for infectious people to stay on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, make a smile on it with straw. Would it be good to invest in oil? Look, the only thing that's pushing oil up right now is Trump is filling the national reserves. Okay, once they're filled, they can pump all the oil they want to pump, but there ain't no place to put it. Okay, so whatever happens, you just got to stop pumping, unless you're going to pump it into the sea. Every oil tanker is filled. Every tank on shore. Demand for oil products has collapsed. Oil could theoretically go to $5 a barrel. Okay, so under that situation, do I think it's a good time to buy oil? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. You get so much if you make under and less than $90,000. Yeah. I don't know exactly. Yeah, we need a shelter in place for the whole state. And we've been doing that in our counties for 2 to 3 days. It does not mean you can never poke your head out of your house, but you may not want to. You may not want to go to the store unless you absolutely have to minimize your trips. Okay, Missy Jen and I have I've pledged to do the shopping that she needs to have done. But we've got supplies up to here. We can also be able to help people out around here too, and that'll be a good thing. My dad is in a assisted living facility. It's been in lockdown. The people that come and go have to go through specific measures, and to my ability, it's good. My other daughter one of my daughters is deployed overseas. I have no idea. She took off 2 months ago, and I don't have any information about anything. So let's just say she's probably staying real busy. So yeah, I'd be be out there chooching around. Let's see, how you doing, Lucky Beans? Buy a Class B. Yeah, I just how you doing, Simon, my sweetheart? News blackout, no infection, no people problem. It'll be there. It'll be there. No fear. You got to remember, some of these countries, there's a point of pride. Yeah, there'll be a point of pride that we don't have. We are Russians. We have no. That's what I'm saying. You know, but I think that you will be very happy if you take the chance now while there's a calm before the next storm, because they could institute a national, what's the point of a state by state? I mean, it's better to just halt everything for 2 weeks, I think, and let the thing spike up and then go down and just flatten out. Okay, I think that's the key. And hey Juice, how you doing? And when that news, thank you Simon, yours too. Hey Hipster, and when that news comes out that there's a national, you know, it's going to be pandemonium at the stores at that point. People don't move until they feel they have to. Okay, we're thinking ahead here. We're trying to be a little ahead of the curve, so people in our community that have medical problems or you know, or friends of ours, we don't want to see them hurt. We want to see them go through this. Yep, we have each other. They were out of them, so I picked up a couple boxes of Kleenex that probably works just well. FA on commercial drone deliveries to help fight COVID. How you doing, Fitz? Nice to see you. Yeah, nobody can get into my pop's facility from they've halted all visitation. Yeah, a mass supply. Don't go crazy. You're not going to eat gourmet eats, but I've got enough rice. Missy Jen and I, 4 years ago, we put aside, large cases and buckets of freeze-dried food, enough for, what is it, Jen, 300 meals or something? Something like that. We could basically stay here for a year. If push comes to shove, start curbside. Wash your hands if you touch something. Yeah, they're okay. I've been in touch with them. They're hunkered down, Craig. I will stay in touch with them. I will encourage Janet to do a lot of, shopping, so that she's one that likes to shop and enjoys the experience of multiple trips a week. I think you got to cut that out. We can't do, yeah. So that's the first thing. As far as what comes, there's a lot of social dislocation. We're not at the point, probably, people don't get, it's too early to be pissed off. Okay, I'm going to put it mildly. All right. We're at the point where people's mouths are like, this is unbelievable. I've never seen this before. It's too early to be pissed off. Okay, so you don't have to worry about quite yet about social disorder and people making political hay out of this. And I don't imagine many kids out of college are going to get jobs. There's going to be a ton of young people with a lot of time on their hands that are going to be really pissed off, wondering who pulled the rug out from under them. A lot of businessmen, businesswomen, entrepreneurs, shop owners, store owners, restaurant owners, concert venues, sporting arenas, bowling alleys, ice skating rinks that are, let's face it, they're the entrepreneurs in this country are in the firing line. Twink says, do you think China is hiding the real statistics? China is too big, Twink, to even get accurate reporting out of China. They have a guy that sits in Beijing at the Bureau of Statistics building in the People's National Congress Hall. And he has a wheel like they use in the casino, and he just, here's what we're going to report today. No, spin it again. This is what we're going to report, comrade. Okay? I mean, that's it. You don't believe that. Okay, they do a lot of things very well. They have a greatly advanced medical system, but it's a time the world should be cooperative. We don't really need these two great nations, the United States and China, that are tweaking on each other and tweeting each other and this back and forth BS. Cooperation is good. The spirit of cooperation will be great if we just allow it to, be so, and don't put blame for things. How about the 20 million? Yeah, Bobby's good. How about the 20 million people who died in the Spanish flu epidemic of 1917, 1918? That started here in the U.S. Okay, do we call it the United States flu pandemic? No, we call it Spanish flu. Under which were children. I was watching videos like China was dragging people at their home. They were sealing up doors to keep them. You got to do that sometimes, okay? We're not an authoritarian regime. But if we don't flatten the curve, I'm telling you what, you're going to see the National Guard deployed, at least in moderate to large-sized cities. And you'll have to have a very good reason as an essential person to be out on the streets or to be moving around. I hope it doesn't come to that point. But if they can't flatten the curve, there's not enough medicine, doctors. I mean, they're asking doctors in the UK to come out of retirement. They're short-circuiting medical students' training to put them in as doctors, to throw them into the breach. I mean, they're doing everything that we can do. Yeah, you'll see $30 trillion of debt, twink. And I would not, I'm sorry if you have municipal bonds, municipal bonds began a free fall today. Municipalities aren't going to have the wherewithal to fund those, nor the tax base to, there's going to be a lot of dislocations, but you want to think about essentials like feeding yourself first and making sure that your family is cared for, which you've done all your life, Cobra John. It'll be nothing new to you. Money can be replaced, okay? But, people can't be. County governor, he's announced statewide orders, yes. I mean, for the man in the tin. I don't know, Bob, but I really didn't appreciate you going around spreading a viciously false rumor that I gave Elvis $1,000 when he left the rancho. All right. Nothing could be further than the truth. I was under no compelling reason to give him a dime. Nor would I at that point. I had my own travels and adventures, and I just tell you straight up, that was not true. Okay? And I don't give people $1,000 just for being here, okay? And that was a terrible thing to say. That's the kind of stuff that gets people in trouble. Baseless rumors that aren't rooted in fact. It doesn't matter what they said. It doesn't mean that you have to repeat it. And Marshall never said that. Give me a timestamp that he said that. Okay? We do Skype with doctors. I don't care how long I have to sit in there. How long? That's right. As long as your family is safe and well warned. And, I got nothing against Sacramento, but it's just ridiculous. If I tell you I didn't do it, that's the end of it. Marshall's also one that said that Missy Jen was going to be going back to Germany and put that bug into Drury's ear, which then got blabbed to Berg's. There wasn't a lot of truth to that either, because I'm looking at Missy Jen right over there. Yeah, so if he confirms it, then Bob, it means his word is more than mine, right? Just like he said Missy Jen wasn't going to be here in January. Dumbass rumor mongers. $1,000. What the hell would I give him $1,000 for upon leaving the rancho? Are you kidding me? I'm just saying, Bob, straight up to you, I haven't lied to you. I didn't give him a dime when he left, okay? The only thing I did was occasionally buy some material like some wood and things like that, because quite honestly, there wasn't much money for the build. Nobody was donating crap. And even that wasn't a lot for materials. All right, it was up to him to get that funded, and he did that for the most part. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's all right. I like, I like Bob Sacamano. He tells it like it is in here. But I just wanted a chance to correct the record and say no, not the case at all. Not the case at all with him. I left to go on the road. He had already had all the benefits of a comfortable place to be for 4 months. He could spread out and be the slob that he is and enjoy the hot showers, the heater, the internet. And at the 4 months that he left, Mark, I didn't feel like he was entitled to anything else that he got. But I'm a son of a gun. He's going to get it in spades now in life. And that's the bottom line on that. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Bob, for at least letting me clarify that. I don't have money to throw around for his benefit. He's not going to get anything, any check. Okay, you'll find out that's the downside for not being a participant and being a leech on society. Basically, that'll be the bottom line. What happened, we're just preparing ourselves, Madowicks. We'll probably transition within 2 days from a state of California, probably will be the city of New York, and we'll start to have probably, the longer they delay, the worse things are going to be, to have just a national, thank you, Bob, you'll see a national shutdown. People will repeat that, Mike, because it's they believe it's personally damaging to me, and to a person with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Okay, but they will also be, it's not important. All the goofy daily fighting and backbiting that goes on the daily of YouTube is going to be a thing of the past. It's not going to fit with the times of the future. I can guarantee you that. People will be too worried, scrambling about how they're gonna make ends meet. And if you get $1,000 check, I wouldn't rush out to buy a big screen TV. I would hold on to that and for dear life. How you doing, Jenny? How you doing? Hey, Sugarcane. Coach says, Rosie, do you believe a lot of people in the country have already gone down to the bank and pulled out a good majority, if not all their money? I don't believe anybody has put a run on a bank. What's the point? The Federal Reserve has the ability to pull a 18-wheeler up in front of the bank and get a forklift, and pull out every... This is not 1933. Banks, if a bank fails, the government will make it good like it's making everything else good. Knowing that, why would you be in a rush to get your cash out of the bank? It's senseless to me. Same to you, Oz. How you doing, Patricia? Money is safer in the bank than in your house. It's all fully protected. I just can't, and just because money's 0%, people aren't, they're all federally insured. You have the Federal Credit Union Act. It also protects credit unions. I believe FDIC insurance is now $200,000 per account or something like that. I don't have $200,000. Just keep a little cash at home. But why are you laughing at me? I don't have to. Missy Jen's like, yeah, you might have a couple thousand in the back. How you doing, Deb? Yeah, 0 is better than minus 30, exactly. There's one, all the Fed would need to do is declare it worth. They did that in many other. So what you're telling me is the United States cannot go belly up, that it can never fail, it always stands strong. Well, what's the alternative, Gerald? They pull up and you go to your ATM and here comes Bill's spit out with Chairman Mao's face on it. I mean, what's the alternative? Or else Mickey Mouse notes or Chuck E. Cheese, right? Good for one pizza at Chuck E. Cheese. We all stand or we all go down together. That's the bottom line. And as long as interest rates are around 1% or being relatively benign, and the Federal Reserve is in there buying hundreds of billions of them a day to keep rates down, they're going to come out with 50-year bond in 100 years. Might as well take advantage of it. They'll just, hey, who's going to be alive in 100 years? Who gives a fly? Yeah, there you go, sugar. So the federal government and the Reserve can print out more, but what's behind the money what's behind the money is the full faith and credit taxing authority of the United States of America. What's behind Chinese money, Gerald? What's behind the British pound? All right. We're all in this together. Okay, I've been living off retirement. Okay, there you go, Sandy. Love you, Dixie. Yeah, everybody buy up that. Thank you, Jane. Try to be a little informative. I'm not a know-it-all. I just enjoy history. I know the way that people psychologically react when money is under attack. Is under attack right now. So I don't see any need. The fruit trees are beautiful. I'm going to do an update. Well, thank you, Simon. I appreciate that, but it is just one person's opinion, but it's easier than trying to answer people that are, there's so many things under attack. I mean, the municipal bond market is under attack today. State bonds, I mean, did you hear the governor's conference with the president today? He was on a hookup with all the state governors. And they're all looking for guarantees and things to underwrite. So, okay. Yeah, and shave my own hair. Look bad. That'll be. I'm thinking about pulling my Gold Cougar in and see if they will work at Walmart. Like I say, I think in time the worst financially is over, but that introduces the dawn of the reality of the changed world. The financial idiots on Wall Street, the educated advisors get the first bam. They get the first pink slips. They're always first ones on the scene of the accident, bam. And that's the bottom line on that. So, yeah, we are shelter in place. That means don't leave your home unless there's a compelling reason to do so. Unless you are unless you're an essential worker, grocery stores, gas stations, medical facilities, whatever the hell else, is considered first responders, things like that. Unless you're one of them, you don't have a real reason to be on the street. Don't be on the street. You can take walks and things like that. You can go skylarking around a little bit. I don't think anybody's going to bother you. But do not come in contact with anybody. Don't maintain that 6-foot space. It's the only way you're going to knock down this spread here. I'm giving Max haircut. They are Iranian salon and that. I'm talking about the crap in a normal. Yeah, that's right, sugar cane. You don't hear the bell going off. Ding. Fox News alert. Governor Newsom declares a lockdown. Oh my God! Grandma falls out of the chair one way. Grandpa falls out the other way. They're taking us off to jail, Grandpa. They're taking us off to jail. Who? Hillary? What? What is she throwing her hat in the ring for president? I told you it's coming. She's going to save the nation. She's going to come back with her blue glasses. The balloons. Yeah, Bernie Madoff was the Wizard of Wall Street, exactly. The bottom line is when it comes to investments and things like that, the reality is most of the people that you entrust your money to are followers. They're not paid to be to think what could be. They're just paid to follow. Well, I got a Cobra John. I need a balanced portfolio. I need 60% stock, 40% bond. They're not looking ahead at the ramifications of being too, nothing's cheap to buy anymore. Everything is overpriced, and they just keep throwing money at it anyway. Where are they all going to look at all the homeless people? Where they're going to go? They're going to be small change now compared to what's coming, Jay. I anticipate with housing prices will go into a free fall. A lot of people will lose their homes. A lot of people will be, there will be a lot of evictions and things, and a lot of people will probably end up in, government-sponsored type of facilities. What's the alternative? You're not going to have bands of people roaming the streets and things. So, if I lived through the last 6 years. Yeah, there are not going to be many people speeding around, I can tell you that. You're going to stick out like a sore thumb. Yeah, investment counselors aren't making any recommendations. They have no idea what's going on. But I already laid out my plan. We get to between 15 and 16,000, and I'm jumping in the pool. It'll probably be a hellish day, but I'm going to be in there. So let's go. Buy, Winthrop, buy, like Trading Places. Buy, buy. The alternative, Rosie, living in a van or living in a car, there'll be a lot. Yes, there'll be a lot more car living. There'll be undoubtedly more van living, but it's nature, the elements, and finance will take a toll on van life, Gerald, because you need to put fuel in. You need to keep your tires inflated. You need to start your engine. You'll be chased out from place to place to place to place. And sooner or later, for those people, it will be the end of the line. And they'll just have to, find a place that they're willing to let them park it on the side of the road, or, it's not a, but that's not the thing for tonight. The thing for tonight is just, D is okay. I was on a stream a little while ago, Jay. The only thing I wanted to say was I hope you guys go out tomorrow and try to provision yourselves so that if you have to not make a lot of contact with civilization for 90 days, that you'll be in a position to do so. You'll never regret having the extra food. It's a good time to go out now because the lines are down, the people are stuffed to the gills with things, the stores, the trucks are pulling up, the shelves are being refilled. They're not going to last that long if we go international. Yeah, if you don't have a shower or toilet, truck stops, truckers are not going to want to deal with people coming in to just use showers. Truck stops have 5 or 6 showers. The owners are not going to tolerate non-truckers coming in, being on the property. It's, the United States is going to be, hey man, it's freight all the way. Whatever you got to do at the truck stops, keep these truckers moving, keep these loads moving in America. And no RVs at all allowed in these facilities. This truck stop will be for truckers only, and there will be somebody out there on the truck stop facility that will be charged with the task of making sure that it's for truckers only. Can't shower at the gym anymore. Exactly. They're not going to allow that. They can't afford to have all of a sudden, because Planet Fitness closed and LA Fitness and 24-hour fitness, they can't have people just come in that are, they know that a lot of people are nomads out there to use those facilities, but a trucker's not going to wait after he just did, they already lifted the hours a trucker can drive now. They're no more 500 miles a day. They lifted that. They're going to be tired as hell. They're making money. They don't want to, they don't want some slob holding up the shower stall, taking a half-hour shower. Oh, I'll be chooching, Donna. I'll be out there. I'll be out there. I found a way around. I still go to the shower tub, and man, it works for me. One tank of water, I can take a nice shower and get out. Good for you. Good for you, Gerald. Good for you. Yeah, it's dangerous lifting those restrictions, but look at it this way, Cheryl. There's less people on the road too, so I'm sure the national highway safety statistics will improve radically in California. Will look like the safest state in the union to drive in. How you doing? Help me. Yeah, van dwellers, they're going to be a drag on the system. Okay, so you're going to have to get use wipes or take victory showers with a washcloth and that kind of thing. Yeah, hope truckers will play smart, Cheryl. But trust me, if enough people get sick in this nation, and I'm not saying that they will, I want to be perfectly clear because people will twist it. Oh, predicted. Oh, I didn't predict jack. If enough people get sick, a lot of truckers are going to park their rigs and they're going to shelter in place, and they're going to say, hey man, I'm not running this load into Safeway and running the gauntlet of the parking lot and being pulled out of my truck by all these rabid people that want food and stuff, and a Rodney King thing. They're not going to do that. When you can see the corona in the air, they're not going to go into that. No traffic on the LA freeways. Yeah. Yeah, the mood is a bit more somber from yesterday. I saw in New Zealand they're putting a stimulus package together down there too. But don't make no mistake about it, they're kind of gloating in China now, like we got no new cases, and the stock market's showing a little bit of life. But let me tell you, their best customer just got shot in the head. Okay, so the demand for stuff out of China is zero. Okay, so they can say what they want about firing up the factories again, but yeah, see how that works out for you over there. Yeah, bless us all. Help me. I don't know everything about everything, but I know more than you do, Ribbit. That's for sure, because you're one of those dummies that probably lost 90% of what you have. Let's see. I have to be up at... Okay, Sandy, take care. There's always one a-hole out there that can't stand it if somebody gives a good piece of advice. Let's see. Yeah, they're already in trouble. They're in it together. We jumped off the building together. All right. I even hope the canned ham has enough. Yeah, that's it. That's it. They started to put half stock out in the morning. They had half. That's a good thing. Yeah, they went to the supermarket this morning. Our supermarkets are filling up a lot more here. Yeah, turned around the ships that were, that's what I mean. We need to be cooperative. And I hope the president lightens up a little bit too. We need national we need, cooperation. Yeah, it teaches you to think Ribbit's incapable of any kind of thought except trolling. His trolling days will be coming to a rapid end soon. Yeah, cohesion. Why are people still hoarding? Well, Golden State, welcome to the chat. If we go national with a lockdown, then you're going to see a real run on supermarkets. Okay, forget banks. You're going to see supermarkets. Let's see. Coach said the thing is, Rose, if you don't have a shower in your van when you pull up in a Walmart, you can't just run your hose out the door and take a shower, or people are going to stare at you. Gerald, I can't imagine. This goes back to Nomadic Fanatic. I can't ever imagine taking a shower in a parking lot. Maybe if I was doing a bikini shower or something like that. But let me tell you, Gerald, pull onto a grass plot somewhere or something in the park. If you're going to do that kind of stuff, I mean, wow. You're lucky you have a hot water heater. The man who shall not be named has no ability to heat water except on the stovetop. So, good evening, Bunny. Nice to see you. Get in your van and come to Illinois. No lockdown. Yeah, got to do what you got to do. Exactly. Yeah, the unknown is what scares people. There ain't no wisdom from me, Jessica. I'm just making a suggestion of what people might think about doing to protect themselves. I think it's very sage advice. Very sage advice. How you doing, Lisa? He needs to get moving. He's cogging that family and smooth. You know, it's Smooth's age with Mrs. Smooth. You think they're going to let him within 10 feet of the property there? The guy's going to be a rolling virus load going down the road. Are you kidding me? Gerald, you're going to be fine. You'll be fine, Gerald. There's just no way that it just would endanger Smooth's age and his Mrs. Smooth. There's just no way, you know. There is no socially acceptable distance. Guy who's shopping the least busy hour. Good. Yeah, hoarded food eventually run down a real or just postpone. Madowix says hoarded food eventually runs out in a real apocalypse. We're just postponing the inevitable. But that's what we're supposed to do, Madowix. Because we're hopeful people, right? We believe in a Darwinian way that some measure of us will make it through. And it is darkest before the dawn breaks. Okay, things will right themselves. The long-term effects will be dramatic, but the shock part will be over. Well, like any planning next Tuesday, I'll be walking around town, Donna. But I didn't feel like going out tonight. I got tied up answering too many emails and things like that. Tossing it, but that's a big no-no. He's got much bigger fry. I don't know. You know, put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. I guess that's my pronouncement on that. If there was anybody that was in a worse situation, that would be it. Here, loads of low-flying military helicopters. Interesting. Yeah, sure, dog lips. Sure. As it was interesting as the Titanic going down the stern at the end. Yep, chooching is good. As long as you stay away from people, you are good. How many ever recover when the virus comes back? How mutates and the vaccine is 18 months. Madowix, let me tell you what happens about viruses, okay? In 1918, which is this virus is now comparable to that because it's you have a disproportional amount of death in the 20 to 40-year-old age group. Not total number, but a statistical large amount. That's the only other viral time that's had happened is in 1918. Okay. Now, 1918 started at Fort Hutchins, whatever the hell it is, in Kansas, and wiped out a lot of people. Went underground for a while. It mutated, and then it came back with a vengeance in June through November, and then it had one final third wave that was pretty docile, and then it disappeared, never to be heard from again. This thing ain't going to stick around forever. Okay, they don't do that. I have a question for you, and this is no disrespect. I don't know if he's watching right now. Do you believe more? Of course, and he is watching right now, Gerald, 100%. Because he'll take what I say and then repackage it tonight because he's not capable of independent thought or analysis. I'm on it. It's always the same across these type of influenzas. It's 3%. So if California, the governor, thinks that half the people will contract the virus here, which I don't believe, it's a scare tactic to scare people. If half the population of California, which is 20 million, contracts it, 3% die. You're looking at 600,000 people dying of this just in the state of California. So normal influenza is 1 out of every 1,000. This is 30 out of every 1,000. We don't know that, Zurich. We really don't know that. I would suggest that you look at the information on Dr. Robert Lieber of Harvard University before you make that conclusion. That you can use original Listerine. I'm not sure about that, though. I was thinking the 1900s. No, there were, I don't know, there were, I just know that 20 million people died in total, and more than all the wars of the world put together. And the United States, more people died here than all the wars combined during the Spanish flu epidemic. I don't know, Great Beta. I'm not a doctor. Oh, I can go out misunderstood. I saved that for the weekend. For best viral facts. Thank you, Madowix. Yeah, 1918, the stimulus package was 0. Wrong, Red Pill. Wrong. Anybody know what the stimulus package was in 1918? Come on, Red Pill. Search that mind, my friend. You're smart. Tell me what the stimulus was in 1918. Over there, over there, over there, over there, over there. Oh, the Yanks are coming. The Yanks are coming. Man, we didn't need stimulus. We were fighting. Woodrow Wilson didn't give a flying F about the. They told Woody, man, they're dropping like flies in the camps of this weird flu. He's like, man, get them on the ships. Get them over there. Are you kidding? Factories were full tilt. They couldn't tell people to shelter in place. That's why it was so bad. They had to go work at the jobs and fall over to shipyards, the gun factories. It was the biggest stimulus in the history of the world up to that point. That's what I mean. The United States was in a rock and a hard place. It's either just lay down and do nothing and wait for it to pass, or go to work and hope for the best, man. Third shift. Woo. Hey, where's Johnny? Yeah, man, he just keeled over last night. Fell right off the side of the scaffolding here. Okay, thank you, Madowix. That's good. That's good. Tough crowd tonight. Do you think we knew we were sending the flu elsewhere? Yes, I believe we did. The United States was the huge vector of disease in that pandemic. And there's no reason to fear death, because death is just a blessing. There's something to that. There's something to being a believer in God. No Wuhan virus found the last few days. Okay, well. That's what happens under an authoritarian regime. When they tell you stay home, people stay home. So, but they didn't need a stimulus then, Red Pill. There was more money being pumped into war production and shipping and foodstuffs. The farmers were making a fortune. Let's see, now I'm seeing the. All these casinos shutting down. You think that's going to have a big impact, or do you think the government will help them as well? Where do you draw the line, Gerald? Where do you draw the line? The National Association of Bowling Alleys is putting in their request. The National Association of Theater Owners, cinema theater owners, are putting in their request for government loans and assistance. The National Restauranting Association, the National Association of Billiard Halls, and I mean, it just goes down and down. The Bar Owners of America, right? At what point? At what point? I mean, if you think people are going to get this check and just go out and buy a widescreen 4K TV, I mean, it's not going to happen. They're going to nurse that check and for food and essentials and that kind of thing. Yeah, let's see, COVID, Golden State. Hey, Kitty, how you doing, honey? Told the IRS that I'm going to need an exemption. He laughed. There you go. Don't put your fingers in the bowling ball. The point is, everybody, 60% of the GDP of this nation is services. And guess what the real tragedy for this nation is? That services are wants, W-A-N-T-S, wants. They're wishes. They're not necessities, okay? People can do without the Starbucks on every corner. People can do without the hairdresser. People can do without the bars, the bowling alleys, the restaurants, the movie theaters, the camping trips, the RV travel, the cruise ships. You'd be surprised how fast this economy is contracting at the speed of light. We'll find out why it's important to be a nation that produces something, produces goods. Yeah, we're a service economy. Service economies are great when things are good, when there's a productive economy. But when the government steps in and chooses to be the agent of support and sustenance for a country, then you can live in the la-la land of services for decades and tell everybody how great it is to be a financial advisor, a real estate agent, a hotel operator, a disco, a bar. Peak prosperity is a great economist predicted the pandemic. We've had a lot of them. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. I live 1.5 miles from a testing center. Pandemonium. Jody, what does that mean, a testing center? Good evening, Kay. Here today. They made a call in the liquor store place and where they bring it out. Oh, they made it legal. Yay! Yeah, Floby. It might be a virus that never leaves your body, but that would be very unusual. It'd be like a dengue fever or something like that, right? But probably not. It'll probably follow the course of other ones. The number of people has exploded in Canada. Yeah, remember Cajun Kev, you came in the other night and you were saying there's very few cases down there in Louisiana. Oh, this is much worse than 911. This is much worse. This is, how you doing, Bama Bug? But we will get through it. We will get through it. Yeah, now going viral is a bad thing. But another night we'll talk about what changes might be coming on YouTube as people get their internet shut off and their cable and things for non-payment and what it's going to mean for social media. Things like that. I'm putting up my lights on Saturday, Sugarcane. I'm getting out my Christmas lights. I'm going to go on the Murphy channel, set up the tripod, and I'm putting up the lights. Yeah. Not the internet shut off, but people can't afford their the services anymore. There's going to have to be adjustments to what the government pays in support of people and things. Sad to say, there just won't be enough to go around. And Abrams tank. No, you're not going to lose. You'll be fine. But just don't have. Welcome back, Rory. Just don't get sucked into the Fox News every 5 minutes. Ding, Fox News alert. I mean, it gets your mind all so hyped up. The only thing you have to ask yourself, has this country been through tremendous crises before? And the answer is yes. Okay? It will go through the Civil War. How about think about this, guys. You fight a civil war from 1860 to 1865. Really, 1861 to 1865. And you lose. You lose. All of your money is toilet paper overnight. All those beautifully engraved Confederate dollars with President Jefferson Davis. Oh, he is so handsome. Worth nothing. I mean, if you can come back from literally zero at that time, you can come back. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Rory. That's what you have to protect yourself against. That's part two. Tonight we're only talking about making sure that you get provisions so that you can comfortably feed yourself, so that you don't have to go to a food distribution point where coronavirus is floating in the air so thick that you can cut it with a knife, okay? Yes, Andrew Jackson is on the $20 bill, Alexander Hamilton the $10 bill, Lincoln on the 5, Washington on the 1, Franklin on the 100, Grant on the 50. Did you see the movie Cold Mountain with... No, I didn't see that, Ilva. Yeah, we'll come out stronger. So our casinos shut down. I was wondering why the layoff. Won't the laid off folks be needed when they reopen? Patricia, let me put it to you this way. People are neither going to have the income nor the inclination to make a dent in the overcapacity of Las Vegas in the future, okay? People, if 1918 experience is any guide, people will be very reluctant to have much social contact in a close way with other people. They'll always think twice when they stand next to somebody. Every time somebody wipes their nose, or somebody sneezes, or somebody coughs, there'll be a programmed response. The job losses will be so severe in the service sector that there won't be the return in droves to places like Las Vegas, okay? That is a service center city. It survives because of people's discretionary income. All right, take away the discretionary income, take away the credit facilities, and you have a contracted economy, all right? I don't think in my lifetime that Vegas will ever approach what it was. Probably maybe 25 years from now, maybe. But that's for another discussion, the things that are changing. I closed down Vegas, Sherry. I closed out Vegas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right, Sean. That's it. Yeah, hey, Diane, I hope you're doing well, honey. Go out and get yourself some extra stuff tomorrow before stuff gets crowded, so you and your daughter and your pops, mom, don't have to worry about a lot of stuff, okay? I was thinking about you today, Diane, so make sure to listen to the beginning of this thing. Yeah, no $1,000 bills. Gas will be dirt cheap. Yeah, social distancing in time will disappear, but it will have a certain, will it disappear in 2020? Probably not. Will it disappear in 2021? Somewhat. Right? I mean, there'll be horror stories told, grandma to grandson and granddaughter, and they'll be telling stories for a lot of years about the great crash of 2020 and pandemics and all that. We're doing good, Diane. We are stocked to the gills. Did you turn off the lights on the? Yes, I did. You could see I turned off the lights. You could see that I turned off the lights on the way out of Vegas. There's nobody that loves. Okay, Rory, I'm sorry to hear that. I think everything will be okay. There's nobody that loves Vegas more than I do. Okay, the people that live there. But we have to face the fact that we've taken a tremendous blow to our economy here, and as I said before, the only thing that I can relate it to give you an analogy is that we're on an ocean liner like the Titanic, and we have hit an iceberg. Okay, we didn't expect to hit an iceberg. Everybody was partying. Everybody was overpaying for stocks and things, and we hit an iceberg and the party's over. Now imagine what's going on down below the waterline down there with the iceberg. Those slobs that are the deckhands, the engineers, the crew members down there, they got water pouring in to the side of that boat, and they're grabbing mattresses and 4x4s, and that's the Federal Reserve trying to plug that ocean rushing in. And boops, there goes boiler number 1. Boom, gone, out of action, flooded. Geez, there goes boiler number 2. Boom. How are we going to get underway again? The pumps are off now, okay? That's the analogy. And we don't have enough lifeboats on the deck. Now, in that type of scenario, it takes an act of God to right that ship again and relight those boilers. It takes time. First thing you got to do is stop the water coming in. The second thing you got to do is dry out your fuel, pump the water out, and hope to God that you can relight the boilers. Well, Hugo, the rise of this virus, I don't know if I've heard it anywhere else, but I got to thinking in my head that it may have risen as part of the global warming, the climate change that we have. You know, they warned us that weird viruses and bacteria might arise in a planet that's warmer. So, with all passion to put their life and go to the boat deck. Yeah, and boys, strike up the band while we're on the back deck. Do 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 do. Yes, Donald Trump got. Hey, Christina, Donald Trump got something. Thank you, Jody. The main thing is be calm. I don't have any of the answers, but I just go by what history tells us what happens. Yep, David Farragut. Admiral Farragut. Damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead. That's it. Yep, the canals in Venice are clear with dolphins and all that. Hey, Molly, how you doing tonight? Are you scared at all? I don't know. The thing has a lot of aspects to it. There's I'm not scared of food. I'm not scared of defending myself. I am petrified at the future of this nation and the world. Didn't China get hit with the earthquake? I'm not sure, Lisa. China has sustained the worst earthquake of all time. I think it was 1922, the Kwantung earthquake. I don't know, something crazy, like 6 million people died or something. See. Yeah, more. I'm not a person to ever scare. I'm not a person to panic. I'm a person to always be very calm and do the best you can to survive. Bobby's doing okay. You know, he's sheltering in place there. Jen is not going outside at all. I had to take Jen down a peg. You know, she was a little flighty and a little. She's still a little too social. All right, I don't think that she understood the magnitude of what's going on around her. She's feeling real cherry these days because of her infusions, and she does not know the risk that she's in. So I had to kind of give her a slap down today in a psychological way. That she shouldn't go outside. She shouldn't make contact and be yakking with the neighbors and the landscapers and all the people around the areas here. Yeah, Lulu, that's a legitimate fear because your son works in a grocery store. That's a legitimate fear. Yeah, stop going to 7-Eleven and stay home. Exactly. Yeah, there you go, Andrea. Maybe you can talk some sense into her. She thinks she's invincible, and I told her today, you're not going. You can be on the property, but stop gabbing with every person that comes down the street. She's a sociable. She's a nice person. Everybody likes her. But she just doesn't take it easy. Yeah, there you go, Rory. What do you think of all those young kids partying at the beach, not taking this serious? Sad, Bomba Bug. Sad, because I wonder in my mind in 10 days, 15 days, how many of those kids are going to be carrying the coronavirus back to their respective homes and things. It was sad, but they got that under control now. She's very stubborn. Yeah, she's stubborn. Don't tell me what to do. I said today, I'm captain to this ship. And this is the way it's coming down. I'm doing the shopping. You just put your list together, and there it is there. Missy Jen is stubborn. Yeah, I will do that, Sugar Cane. Yeah, parents should pitch a tent in the driveway for 14 days for those kids. And then all the good thing. Yeah, Jen, she's behind the curve on this. She's behind the curve. Thank you, Andrea. That's why I love you, girl. Talker in the sense, yeah, the spring breakers deserve it. Girl in Mississippi is 24 and has a horrific case of throwing up blood everywhere. So, yeah, we are on lockdown. Yeah, we were all teens. I agree, Red Pill. I'm responsible for Jen. Okay? If what's his name was here, I'd feel responsible for him too. That's right, God is in control. Yeah, beer. Those college kids are not worried. Well, kids don't have the experience, Cobra John. They don't understand historical references. They're going to understand when there's zero job market upon graduation. That's when modeling your streams, and then he starts out. Doesn't use it against me, Gerald, but uses it for content because he like I said, it's the frog in the well looking up. The world is spinning around him, and he has no idea to intellectually process what's going on. So he'll watch this stream and then regurgitate what I say, and then put a ridiculous title on it, like Apocalypse or something like that, so that the numbskulls come running to the chat. But if I don't miss my guess, he's just crawling out of bed for the day now. All right. Let's see. Music go out. Oh, that's good. Good, Diane. I'm glad to hear that. State of the Apocalypse. Yeah. As if you're going to gain something from listening to that. I don't know, Sugar Cane. You're handsome whatever way. Yeah, interesting. Trump ran on the stock market, and look at it now. Well, we can't. I can say he overpumped the market when there was no value in the market for the last year. There was nothing worth buying. It was all a speculative, overpriced crap that you couldn't tell people. So he's guilty of that. The coronavirus was just the pin that pricked the balloon, the overinflated values. And then rising interest rates are what'll keep the balloon deflated for years and years and years to come. And he's going to do, well, I don't know. Rory, it sounds good in theory till Randy comes back coughing and develops a high fever, and then you may feel a little bit differently about that. I had to kind of take matters into my hand here with Jen. That's for sure. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, it's a mentally ill retread, exactly. So, young punks are calling it the boomer remover. Oil could have a lot to do with that, but in a lot of ways, cheap oil is very stimulative to an economy, right? So, not much of our economy. The S&P 500 was probably 20% oil stocks in 1980, and it was something like 5% of the value is oil. Kids are challenging themselves to lick door. I like the dub try. And another thing, Rosie, I like the dub try. I do not like Marshall calling my lapdog. He's over there. Leave his dream. Not. Who cares? Why would anybody care what his opinion is? As if it carries any weight at all. The guy's now in a position where there's not going to be any support or anything. The YouTube money is going to be cut 80%. Yeah, the boss is on lockdown. I do twink because I have some ideas that a trader within our own country was the one that sold us down the river. If it was up to me, I'd call it the Harvard pandemic. That's what I would call it. Thank you, misunderstood. Yeah, wigs will be cheaper. Yeah. How you doing, Johnny Watt? I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Foodie Beauty, how you doing? What's a good stock to buy with this stimulus check? I'm just going to be doing a broad purchase of the S&P 500, Gregory. That way I don't have to worry about picking individual stocks. Just get the concept of a bounce back. That's all I'm doing. Egg roll virus. Man on the beer up today. Not good for business. I don't nurse my beers. I drink my beer. I like to get feeling good. My local cinema offered me cheap tickets, said they have improved cleaning procedures. It could be okay. Could be all right. It must be quiet night on the ranch. Yeah, it's quiet tonight. The doors are shut. It's pretty chilly here today. What's best for business? Do you think this is quick? You may have to do with that. Yeah, like that. I do. I'll always believe that this professor at Harvard was really stupid, or a liberal who wants the idea of a new world order and fairness with chemical and biological weapons in the world, and willingly handed this over to agents of the People's Liberation Army that were posing as students. And they already caught another guy sneaking vials of product over to, and isn't it amazing where they ended up? They didn't end up in Beijing. They didn't end up in Nanjing. They didn't end up in Tianjin, Chongqing, Chengdu. They didn't end up in Xinjiang. They didn't end up in Guangdong. They ended up where? In Wuhan, at a level 4 laboratory. Interesting, huh? What a coincidence. Poor Yu Yok Chang experimenting with the vaccines. Oops. Gets a few droplets out. Hope nobody saw that. I guess it'll be okay. Goes home, and 3 days later he drops dead, and it's on. Well, I'm just saying, Foodie Beauty, it's the reality of things, honey. You know, I know you need to add revenue, and God love you, honey. You're a very entertaining person, and you do a lot of great stuff. You're an excellent talker, but the reality is that advertising is going to be chopped to the bone. It's like beating a dead horse. You're not going to tell people go out and buy a truck or go take a cruise or buy a big screen TV. People are shell shocked, okay? That's right, it's the unknown. Yep, survival of the fittest. Well, you can do a lot. Take care of yourself, provision yourself with some deeper supplies before a national lockdown comes, if it comes. If it doesn't come, so what? You can make less trips outside and be protected. Get a little more food. Get some flour, get some rice, get some beans, and be ready. That's all. Theory of the Wuhan labs is still infected wild animals. It could be Madowix. What usually happens over there is very careless practice and handling. Remember, they're not paid a lot, right? They're paid as much as the guy that locks up the lab at night, okay? That's the problem with that society, is a lot of people that work for the government, they're piss poor pay. Yeah, get a 50,000 piece puzzle. Go sequence the coronavirus, or the 1918 Spanish influenza virus. Go model that. Go get the 13,000 piece puzzle and put that together. It only took them 10 years at the National Defense Pathology Laboratory to do that. We have better, exactly, sell it, bang. That's what I say. We have better, we had, people didn't even know in 1918 how it was spread. We didn't even see a virus until the electron microscope was invented in the 40s and 50s, okay? That opened up a whole new world. Nobody knew how they got it. They just knew it was probably good not to be around other people. Tell that to the Americans that packed on the troop ships and got shipped off to fight in Europe like sardines. Now we have much better understanding. Now you got to take drastic steps to flatten the curve to stop people contacting each other. You were there to document the death rows arena. You also predicted something big was coming in February. Thank you, Melissa. I did tell people in February 16th that the storm clouds are gathering here. This is part 2 tonight. Take steps to get some provisions. If you haven't done a little bit of prepping, do so before there's a potential run on the stores again. Do you think that? I think 58,000 people died. Is that right, in Vietnam? 58,000 Americans, something like that. Yes, greed will be a thing of the past, and you will have a rapid and almost with neck-breaking speed, you will see a implosion of the service sector of this nation. That'll be the most visible thing that confronts people, is the virtual disappearance of the service sector. Yeah, good, Vicky. Don't be anxious. Be strong. You're a woman of faith, right? Juice. That was a pretty good guess on my part, Bubba Bug. 58,000 casualties. I was only off by 220. I was within about 4% or I don't know why prices would be high. I'm on it. The reason being is we have so much wealth has been destroyed through equities. So much wealth will be destroyed in speculative bonds, municipal bonds, junk bonds, low-grade bonds, even high-grade bonds. That no amount of federal stimulus or pumping or checks is going to offset the amount of money that just evaporated into thin air like it was blown out of a cannon. It's what remains is the debt that you owe. Okay, the debt on the restaurant that you opened, the debt on the hair salon, the debt on the nail salon, the debt on the bowling alley, the bar, the debt on your hotels, the debt on, so many things. That stays. And now all of a sudden a dollar becomes very dear. The purchasing power of a dollar becomes tremendous because so many have been blown up. So it becomes very deflationary. It's quite the opposite. Food prices will go down in the long haul. I'm on it because demand will drop. How you doing, Blinky? People will not be buying beef in the quantities that they did. Restaurants will not be demanding that. Demand for beef and prime meats will virtually collapse. Okay. If anything, deflation will take that out in a big way. Yeah, that's good, Johnny Watt. 24-1, 24 pesos to die. I always said, wow, that's really good. 4 cents. It was 5 cents when I was down there. If you're in debt, this is good. No one is paying shit back. David Finner will still have his steak. Yeah, he'll still have his steak. Open for business. Well, our country, exactly, zigzagged. Our country has survived many calamities. We will get through this one. Just the shape of the United States. It'll be on a much stronger platform if we can get rid of all the dead wood and all the BS. Yeah, demand will be high, but working money will be low. Exactly. So cash is king right now. Money is savings. It's the best value of all. It's not being destroyed, right, Jewel? It is a time when cash has been great. Yeah. Yeah. Food gets cheaper when the population is cut in half. How you doing, JN? Que sera, sera. We don't have enough time to recover there. I don't know, Cobra John. Don't sell yourself short there, my friend. There's a lot more aspects to you than just a money tree. You know what I'm saying? You have a very good soul. Yeah, Reese peanut butter eggs. Yeah, there you go, Bubba Bug. Let's get that steak. Yeah, I'm protecting myself, Gregory. I'm minimizing my trips out. Should we sell stocks or pull all money from? I wouldn't pull any money from the bank. And if I hadn't sold my stocks by now, I wouldn't sell them. Okay. Right, he's Mr. Caught into the conversation. I believe that the Chinese yuan will be a strong and viable currency in the world. That's right. We go back to people instead of ripping each other apart and having. How can you have a society? And I don't want to sound like a communist, but when you reach a point where 10% of the people have 90% of the wealth, it's so contraindicated to what you need to have a strong society. You need to have a middle class, and our middle class got squeezed out. We need to have two people working. A husband and a wife or partners to work together to have the same standard of living that we had in the 1950s. Okay? There's something wrong with that. That's why I'm glad in this bailout package that they crafted You're not going to have these executives at Boeing or the other places say, you know what, it's a good time for me to retire. I'm going to exercise my golden parachute and take my $80 million package. No, you're not. You're not. And if I was the Treasury Secretary, Mnuchin, if he had a real set of balls, when Boeing and the casinos came in and all these companies, we need a bailout. I'd say, look, what's your plan? When we give you the $50 billion for the casinos in Vegas, what are you going to do when we lend you the money? Well, I'm up for retirement in 2020. I'll say, well, guess what, man? One condition of lending this money is that you're signing on for a 5-year term here, and you ain't going anywhere. Take it or leave it. I guess I'll stick around. Yeah, I guess so. No, they're not porcelain, Darby. So they're not gonna screw us like they did last time and just walk away and leave a shitbag for the rest of the people to run. These people owe a duty and responsibility to see it through and take care of their people, and don't be greedy. Yeah, there'll be several CEOs stepping down because they don't see a way out of it. But if you're going to come with hat in hand to borrow money, you're going to see this son of a bitch through. That's right, I4, but I don't want to go down that road tonight of state pensions, private pensions, things like that. That's right, Cindy. Where's the equipment operators, welders, machinists? In 10 years, they'll be out there. They'll understand that social media doesn't put food on the table, and being an influencer just doesn't carry the mail anymore, okay? But the beauty of times like this is that it makes the most creative, it makes the most innovative, it makes the biggest gains in technology, in savings and things like that. There's nothing like having to save $1 that drives people to tremendous new discoveries and things. That's why recessions aren't all bad. Yet the distribution of wealth just took a big thing. Just learned along midway up our entire close and more to follow. Yeah, there's the coronavirus is just sweeping across the nation. That's why I encourage you guys, please go out and provision yourself tomorrow. Because on tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night or more likely over the weekend on Saturday when the market's closed, Donald J. Trump will come out and say, you know what, the best thing we can do for this nation is we're just all going to shelter in for 2 weeks or so, and we're just going to beat this thing. And then it's going to be like the purge out there. There's going to be people descending like rabid animals on the stores to pick up food and things, okay? You don't want to be in that mess. I want to get in my RV and go to the mountains. Well, Vicky, you could do that. You could do that. Trump is leaving it to the states, and that's the problem. Even if the states all declared, I can tell you the same phenomena is going to happen. You cannot think that any state is going to escape this wave of corona, okay? He won't leave it to the states when they find out that, oh, this state's allowing people to go to, the governor of Florida is allowing people to congregate on the beaches and Collins Avenue and the bars and the nightclubs. They're gone like they're raging. And, yeah, well, he's a dick. I didn't want him to do that. Mr. President, there's only one way to do this, sir. We must step up to a national level. All right. We're going to call out the, get these states to call out the guard. Yes, I do think martial law could be implemented. Yes. They only let 10 people. That's good. I'm glad the seniors are allowed to go in. That's wonderful. Yeah, I would too, Super Serial. I'd be well off if I made 134,000 a year. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd be drinking Mexican beer instead of this cheap American beer. Then you'll be able to keep the lights on. It's a legitimate concern. Yeah, it would be all right. Wow, your net worth has to be at least 18 million to be considered wealthy. Well, Bubba Bug, I'd say you could cut that down to a couple million now. All right. A lot of the funny money has been blown to smithereens. I don't know how many trillions of dollars have gone up the chimney in this thing, with more to come in the bond markets and lesser credits. The Fed can't guarantee everything. Mortgage loans, student loans, it's all evaporating. All right. Okay. Once that happens, that dollar becomes king. That's why the dollar's so strong right now, because everybody needs them out there. Housing's going to get really cheap. Really cheap. We'll be back on the horses. Jeez, don't fall over. Jeez, I knocked myself out. Woo! What the hell happened there? I haven't even been drinking that much, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go. Pop goes the world. We should hunker down. Worried, but at least here the panic doesn't seem to. That's good. Well, just Foodie Beauty, make sure that you're provisioned, honey. Please tell us what we should stock up on. Bags of rice if you can. Okay, bags of dried beans. Bags of flour. Okay, butter or shortening and oils if you can get them. Things like that. Processed things like hot dogs and sausages and things that'll be shelf stable for a long period of time. Tuna, peanut butter. Okay, it'll always be good. Even if you say, yeah, I'm going to send Rosie the bill for all that BS I bought, you can still eat it. Hey, Joshy, how you doing? Tiny bubbles make you wanna life alert. You made me push my life alert button. I thought I fell off my chair. Yeah. You know, rice is a great thing. It gives you a lot of volume. It gives you full. You can cut up a little frozen chicken on it, thaw it out, and snip it up on there, and you got yourself a feast. Get some frozen vegetables. Make sure you get vitamin C. I'm doing good, Darby. I'm still alive. Oh, Oz, like, keep your fingers out of your mouth. Well, I don't want to up my nose. I get another beer. Beans and rice is good. Oh boy. There it is, right there. Oh man. There it is. Calrose rice, extra fancy. Yeah. What is that? 50 pounds, baby. Watch me get a hernia. Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, guys. That's your homework assignment. we're good around here till Thanksgiving. And then we'll shoot a couple crows and pluck them. Brian's coming over for dinner. Yeah, just, I know, like that nose video. Who cares, Hugo? White rice is bad for you. I don't care, man. I don't care. I'm just saying, Rosie's a survivor. That stuff doesn't cost a lot of money, right? I got noodles. I got oatmeal. I got 10 pounds of oatmeal. 10 pounds of flour. How you doing, Janet? So you should go out before we get the wave of real lockdowns and things and get what you need. Stockpiling Doritos. Well, let me show you. Yeah. There it is. What is that? The hell size is the 1 pound, 14 ounce size. Huh? The Corona special out there. There it is. Yeehaw, baby. Aren't you impressed, guys? You're all like, Rosie, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to put that in jars. I'm on it. Coach, you would always be welcome here on the Rancho. Let's make a bikini, Bubba Bug. Wouldn't that be cool? See if I could actually, oh, it crunched, sorry. That'd be all right with me, Darby. Will beer sell out? No, surprisingly, liquor is always in demand, you know, and even more so when times are tough. That'll be good value in a bounce back. The distillers and brewers and people will drink more. They'll have more leisure time. The president can make it mandatory, D. He can put the United States Army on the streets. Yeah, I'll be cranking up the still again. They said snow for Saturday morning, Craig. Wow. You guys will do great. Just please go get provisions before we go into Act 2 of the symphony here, okay? We've had the opening overture. The shock is almost over. Now we're going into the awe. Do I think it could happen? Yeah. If our numbers, what's up, Lucy? If our numbers don't flatten, right now we're on the parabolic part. We're going up like this. Okay. If we don't flatten that and start going down, we start going to, pretty soon we'll pass 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 for. If we don't flatten that somewhere in there, then they'll just say, hey, you know what? There's only one way to do this, and that's just nobody see anybody for 2 weeks or 21 days, and that's it. San Pedro tea. I've never been much of a tea. I already ate the rabbit, Janet. Remember to get food you really like too. Out there, I've never seen anything like this in my life. The thought of military on the streets is surreal to me. There'll be a welcome sight to people, I'll tell you that. You know. Costco. I had a Costco connection. If it doesn't go in a couple months, we're in trouble. I would say, Gregory Stevens, that this is going to be a fact of life in America for probably 9 to 14 months, somewhere in there. The chances, if it mutates, right? In 1918, there were 3 mutations. The first one was bad. The second one was horrific. That was the one by October that was taking out 11,000 people a month in Philadelphia alone. And then the third one was milder. And then in December 1918, January, February of 1919, it disappeared. Cops starting to walk around supermarkets. Yeah. Well, I'm not the smartest person, I know. I wouldn't be sitting in a ghetto here with prepper and 3,000 rounds of ammo and long arms and short arms and all that. Boom, 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 boom. No, Matt and Eric, I give up on notifications. The whole YouTube world is going to change coming up. Oh, good, Christina. Good, honey. Yeah, thank you, Dee. I'm glad, honey. I know you got some health issues, too. Be careful opening your mail. Things like that, handling your mail. Okay. Yeah, probably true, Augustina. This could be around a while. I don't take. I never use Xanax. My neighbors aren't prepping. My neighbors are drinking tequila and having barbecues and parties and things. Yeah, I have 100. I got 180 plus proof ethanol here that nothing can live in that. Man, now working mostly from home. They had a Costco. There's long lines waiting outside of Costco. Looting and riots. We're not going there tonight, Quirky. At least 5 a.m. Yeah. We're at the exponential part of the growth given by the equation ax squared plus bx plus c. So every day you get a doubling. Testing gets better, and the spread gets bigger. We're probably at the point of maximum contagion and spread right now. So I can't sleep till almost. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, peanuts and honey. Yeah, I should do that. And then ammo sales. You would be really smart to. I can't tell people to get weapons. That's not something that I would do, but proficiency in firearms is a good thing. Okay. That's going to be Saturday Night Lights. That's it. Glad you're doing well and have a level head. We're listening all night during your. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Matt and Eric. You always got to have a level head. The neighbors will storm your compound. Yeah, Hugo, but I'll make sure the live stream is gone when it happens. Remember, signs of a sore throat is important to take note. Same goes for headache. But remember, 97% of the people are going to recover, okay? And Missy, Jen, and I have enough to comfortably go through Thanksgiving here. We have cases of prepper food, Mountain House or whatever. We have 5-gallon barrels of things. We have huge cases that are here too. So Vegas gun shops are sold out. The new case numbers are scary. It's going to get a lot scarier. You're going to... it's a big country. We're a very mobile society. I've been saying it for a month. We're not like China where they could just close the highway, close the airport. No spread to Shanghai, no spread to Beijing, no spread to Chongqing, no spread to Xinjiang, no spread to Guangdong, right? It's just contained right there. This is the U.S. We didn't have that. We don't have that. We're not an authoritarian country. If they tell you stay home in China for 3 weeks, you stay home for 3 weeks. That's it. And if they have to, they'll weld your door shut and chain you in. Went around that guy, I believe his channel name, TR Prepper. Are you still around? I don't think he does streams. Much love, Kiki. I don't know. I think the president's doing the best he can, Janet, at this time. I think we all have to get behind the president. I think it's a time to leave criticism aside. I mean, no offense to you, but Biden seems like a bumbling fool to me. He can't even understand what month or year he's in. Yeah, I remember he shot himself in the foot. I mean, you really think it's going to be better under Biden? Jeez. This guy might show up at a press conference with his pants on backwards. I mean, I'm just saying. No offense, as you know, I'm not a political person, but my God, the prospects are pretty damn scary, right? Hey, Mr. President, is your dick on the other side of you now, or what? Why you say that? Yeah, because your drawers are on backwards. I mean, my God, be careful what you wish for in this nation. I couldn't stand being president right now. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of things that Trump does that I don't like. He should be improving relations with nations, and we should not be exacerbating temperatures. Yeah, I'm Joe Biden. I'm running for the U.S. Senate. I mean, if that doesn't frighten you to your... Yeah, there you go, Cobra John. Yeah, we got this. He's sending us the 1,000. Yeah. I'm going to buy a big screen TV. I'm going to live stream. I'm going to take you guys to Wally World. Everybody else is going to be fighting for groceries. Where's your biggest TV here? I want the big job. The big one. Hey, you're going to fall over, lady. It's all right. I got it. Don't touch it. I don't want your germs on it. Yes, unemployment will go to 20+% fast. With all the stuff going on, are you aware that gun sales? Yes, gun sales are way up. Anybody with any sense provisions themselves, avails themselves of the Second Amendment. The right to bear arms shall not be abridged. I'm a crackhead. Senator's trying to talk Trump out of sending checks. Good night, Sugarcane. Much love to you, baby doll. Yes, we will be in a depression. Yes, that's already baked in the cake. But remember, depressions aren't all bad. Some of our greatest strength and our best foundations are built out of very tough times. If unemployment, yes, I agree, JJ. Yeah, we've been in a recession. I did a video with some links that showed proof in November, December, January of last year that things were already slowing dramatically in this nation. Yeah, we made it through one, we'll make it through another one. Exactly. We'll be there for each other. It will be, the Baldwin sisters, the recipe. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Grandpa. Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Grandma. Grandma. Oh shit, Zeb, I think Grandma cashed out. That's right, Lucy, the recipe. Oh man, thank God for Johnny Wad. Johnny Wad, look at Janice. I'm gonna kick your ass. Wow. The virus, the collapsed economy. That's what it is. Collapsed economy. Danielle, thank you. Please stay inside. Do not take a chance. T-Bone, as long as I don't touch anything, I'm all good to go. I'd go crazy if I had to be in here all the time. The Baldwin sisters. Yeah, the Corona babies. They were moonshiners, but they didn't think they were moonshiners. They thought they were for medicinal purposes. Time to think of scams to take advantage of elders. Well, they'll be out there, Pac-Man. They'll be out there. Super cereal. My plan was to purchase a house and RV this summer. May put it on. Very smart, JJ. Very smart. Are you going to have enough hand sanitizer to hold you? Yes, I will, Gerald. Yep. I got plenty of hand sanitizer. People sent it to me for RVing. They sent me quantities of the stuff here, so it's beautiful. Katie from Mississippi, and it's great. Can't you see this as a takeover? Well, Danielle, who would want to take it over? I don't understand what the payoff is. You get a bunch of pissed off people, 20% unemployment. I mean, that doesn't sound like a very good thing to take over. I don't know. Yeah, there you go, Lucy. We'll get you something set up. We'll make sure the next one in the barrels are good. We'll make sure it fires. We'll make sure that the powder's not wet. You know what I mean? Yeah, get it, girl. I love that. I love listening to Lucy. Had such a way to put stuff, man. It was just like, wow. You know that she gets down, man. That's it. Oh, you put a down payment on a motorhome in California now? I can't get it. Well, there'll be. I can tell you tomorrow around there'll be 10,000 ads on Craigslist tomorrow around California with for sale signs on RVs. Okay. Yeah, you're not going to get much now in the way of weaponry. I need to pick up a cleaning kit. Your new wigs pretty soon, I guess, Jennifer. I don't know. It's just been so busy with other crapola. Wow, you put 10,000 down. Wow. Oh, excuse me. I don't think anybody cares, Cobes. You know, he is a coronavirus. Yeah, it'll be in a year from now. They'll be giving Class Bs away. They'll be giving Class Bs away. I think Hugo, the alcohol will run big in times of crisis. Sometimes, I hate to say it, people turn to the base vices: drinking, smoking, gambling, whoring, things like that, are in big vogue in the early parts because there's been trauma. People need to medicate. People self-medicate. So I'm just, you notice the beer companies and the alcohol companies, they don't depend on third-party carriers. They get their own crap to the stores, okay? That is priority stuff, right? Yeah, coronas lead to new coronas. Hooker stock will boom. That's exactly right. People will have a lot of free time on their hands. There will be a surge in drinking and carousing and things like that, and then reality will set in slowly. And then, why do you think bars are boarding up? Because they can't afford. People don't want to drink in only the most basic sawdust peanut floor bars. The hoity-toity, fancy-dancy wall of liquors and things is going to be gone. They're going to keep people. People are scared here, Danielle. I'm not quite sure where you are. I'm going I'll be going out and doing some chooching. But I'm not making contact with anybody. I'm not touching anything. I'm not going to lick any doorknobs. I'm not going to be window licking. I'm going to just be going around. Wow, 500 tomato plants. Woo! Okay, you're near Seattle. Can you tell us California's doing lockdown? They've told everybody remain home. Don't go out for the next 2 weeks. So, yeah, surge in sex, all of that. We went for a drive today. Good for you, Cheryl. I should have sleeved it. That's it. Yeah, no doorknob licking. That's right. And no, good, Janet. Good for you. Fleshlights, yeah. There you go, Bubba Bug. Yeah. Nomadic Fanatics got it live. Oh, they're waiting for Nomadic, and all it says is wait, and they're like 35 chatting with each other. We never does live stream. He's not a dumb guy, but he does understand that his income is going to be cut something on the order of 80%. It is possible that YouTube could suspend advertising payouts for a period of time. They've taken a tremendous capital hit. The advertisers are shell-shocked to companies. They're not going to be throwing the money in that they did. So he's probably going to start working the base to start contributing and supporting him. So that's what I say. They're gone. If you're doing YouTube and you're a traveler, it's because you can do it on your own dime, or you have the goodwill of the people that can toss you $1, $2, $5. Hey, that was great. That was better than going to a movie. That was excellent. Other than that, that's it. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. How that fireplace is inside the wall, it's beyond me. It's magic. Yeah, they'll be working the Patreon angle. There'll be people that feel sorry in the short run, and then that'll quickly slide off as people receive notices of layoff and work through their savings and things like that. I mean, what you're saying right now, they're cutting 80% and with that, yeah, you could see it coming, Coach. Nobody gonna advertise right now. Who has an appetite to buy a truck or a car? Who in the hell's going on a Hawaiian cruise? Right? Who in the hell's gonna go to Las Vegas and get $800 bottle service at the Taj in the Venetian? You can advertise Las Vegas till the cows come home. Ain't nobody putting it in gear for Vegas, okay? I wish you were here to smoke weed with me. The advertisers are still on TV because they committed to advertising bundles months ago. Okay, they're contractually obligated to run those ads. As kooky as they look, come to Jamaica, man. Okay. They're contractually obligated to fulfill their contract, okay? Once renewal time comes, it'll be like, Darla, I really love you. You've been a great ad person, but honey, we do not even have a pot to piss in right now for ad revenue. Sorry. 4 months there and 120 days, nobody. It's not gonna make a difference. Only a knucklehead's out there buying a car or a truck right now, okay? Push back and be hit as well. Where would you go? I'd be in Southern California. I'd be in San Diego right now. Won't be able to replace. Okay, Molly, I hope it all works out for you, honey. I want to go yacht shop. No, Hugo, wait 2 years, wait 24 months, and if you have, if you're willing to pay the slip fee for the yacht at the marina, they'll just toss you the keys and say, "Here you go, man. Just sign over the ownership. That's it." Okay. Ginger, nice to see you. That's it. We got this. Send the spring breakers to Wuhan. It might be safer. We do have Georgie here. Kaylee said this was the March I was going to go to Florida. So glad I didn't. Yeah, hold on to your money, Kaylee. You know, you're going to take a large puff of weed in my honor. 0% and no interest. Okay, good to see you, Craig. Thank you. Nice to see you, my friend. Slips in California expensive. It is. Yeah. In time, everything will be good again, Molly. It's going to take years, but things will be good. Quirky girl, you always tell me to scroll up. I can't scroll up on this damn thing. See what the hell I do. Quirky girl, where are you, honey? Quirky girl, California shelter. Yeah, I've known that. I came on earlier and was talking about that. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Darby. Yeah, Georgie's got plenty of food. We're set. And your homework assignment on the chat is make sure to go out and make sure you're provisioned to make it through June. Okay? To make it through June. Ain't nobody going to be at Six Flags. Six Flags is a service industry. Service industries are going to be decimated. Bankruptcy will be the new word of the day. If I was in law school now, I'd make sure I majored in bankruptcy law. Yeah, plenty of bread. There was plenty of stuff at the Costco. There ain't going to be in a couple days, okay? If things go national and one governor after another orders shelters, people are going to go nuts, okay? Do it tomorrow. Do it early. Get yourself set. That way you can come on the streams. You can laugh. You can have a good time. Better buy. I got a big block. I got all the yeast here. Yeah, Quirk is freaking out. You got to bail businesses out, Manowix. Are we really gonna let Boeing? Are we really going to let Boeing go under? Which is Avionics, or Raytheon, or Grumman, or Lockheed Martin, or Northrop. Are we really going to gut our defense people and just tell them, close the doors, we don't care about high technology, weaponry, space? Hell no. What's the hardest hit sector going to be in Will It Recover? The hardest hit sector will be the service sector. Okay. Anything that's discretionary spending, anything that people don't need. Because services are wants, they're not needs. You're going to go get your hair done. You're going to go get your nails done. You're going to go to the bar. You're going to go to the restaurant. You're going to go night clubbing. You're going to go to Vegas. You're going to take a cruise. You're going to Hawaii. Hell no. You don't need to do those things. The service sector is going to be just rammed, okay? Basic manufacturing and production, producing of cereals and flours and wheats and food and meats will continue, okay? Any industry that's a want and not a need is in peril, okay? In my opinion. Yeah. Funny thing is, in the month, the shelves will be bursting with food. But a lot of people won't have money to buy it at that point. All right, Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. Oh, the dispensaries will be fine. Federal government will rush legislation in to nationalize use of marijuana and end that nonsense once and for all. Just like prohibition in the 1930s ended with Roosevelt, that all that bullshit with marijuana will come to an end, and it will be it'll be boom times. Okay. Washington State doesn't have a shelter in place, at least twice many. Cheryl, I think so. I think just raw numbers scare California. 40 million people in California, half get infected, that's 20 million. Of those 20 million, 3% die, that's 600,000 people dead. That scares the hell out of Gavin Newsom, the governor. Will it ever happen? No. But he wants to scare the hell out of people with that headline. Yeah, they will, Janet. Average Americans will get screwed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Warren Buffett also took you down the tubes, too. Right. Warren Buffett's no smarter than you guys are. I can guarantee you that. Do you think our farms here in the States will finally get paid for all the work they... No, I think, Jennifer, there'll be a farm crisis that evolves because demand for grains and things will decline with people's purchasing power. Same thing with beef. Beef is a luxury. Consumption of beef will go down. Restaurants consume tremendous quantities of beef. And, places like McDonald's will be seen as luxuries, and Burger King's, you'll see a dramatic rise in people that don't eat out. As a kid, we never ate out. Twice a year we ate out. What was it? Christmas time, maybe once a year. Christmas time we ate out. That was it. And maybe Easter time. Workers for the farms. Oh, there will be plenty of workers, Rhonda. There'll be plenty. Let me tell you, they'll be descending on the farms like locusts. Okay, there'll be plenty of workers. Okay, illegal immigration. Every illegal will get the royal boot back to. That landowner's going to say, son, we start at 5 o'clock in the morning. No problem, sir. I'll be here. The work ethic in this country is going to be so strong. It's going to be phenomenal. Okay, the farms are going to be overrun with people looking to work and pick and do work and shuck corn. Get out there and pick tomatoes, and they'll be out there. That's it. It's already underway, Maddox. It started in, near as I can make it, in October of 2019. Make sure to check my upload on the Murphy channel. I have some links down below from October and December, I believe, or January of October of 2019. I've got a lot of stuff in there that showed that consumer purchases and other things were falling off a cliff. Shimmy for us. Do 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 da da da. Yeah, tomorrow night we're going to be making a cake. Yeah, due to inflation, the Dorito bikini will have to shrink. Yeah, let's have some fun tomorrow night. Let's bake a cake. Let's drink some, smoke some weed, drink some beer, and toast our good fortune that we're still in the greatest country in the world. Right? Hey, Katie, how you doing, doll? That's what we're doing. We're going to have some fun tomorrow night. We ain't going to talk about markets. We're not going to talk about politics. We're going to have fun. When the Max shows up on live, how many people do you think you're going to have? About 1,500 people, I would say. I'm not a weed smoker, Darby. It's amazing I haven't started smoking again. We're going to have to pump you out. Cold beer, no time. Yeah, no virus talk, red pill, no economics, no depressing talk, no coronavirus, none of that. I don't want any of that crap. I want fun. I want fun. We need some good old-fashioned fun. That's what I'm saying. I want to, I'm going to see what I have. I'm not going to be extravagant with stuff right now. I'm not going to waste a lot of butter. I'm gonna find something that's gonna be good. I don't know how long we'll be hunkered down. I've got 12 pounds of flour here, so I don't want to be wasteful of that. Thong and an apron. That's it. I don't even use an apron. Yeah, tomorrow night it's the Walton's Christmas. In 1933, it was tough on Walton's Mountain. I remember Mommy and Daddy were struggling. We didn't even know if we would have Christmas that year. And Miss Mamie, she never had a clue we were poor. She never offered money. She never did shit. Yeah, I've got big tits. Yes, I do. Recipe for Corona cake. I don't want to make a depression cake. I want something happy. I want something, I want something happy. I'm a happy person. I don't like this bullshit. I don't like this. How about a nice cinnamon pull? Yeah, how about some cinnamon buns? Start a little dough tomorrow, and then we'll have some nice cinnamon buns. That would be pretty good. Recovery cake. You guys are terrible. Now, I don't want to use that many eggs, Kristen. Good angel food cake, you need about eight egg whites for that. That's what I'm saying, Bubba Bug. Let's have some fun. Okay, let us have some fun. I'm so tired of talking about this crap every day. We got years of this crap ahead. Let's just enjoy our good times. Recovery cake. PJ, that's too much, huh? The shock part is almost over. I think we're almost through that. That's the good news. Yeah, economy upside down cake, Chef. That's it. Chef and me are going to take our show on the road, man. We're going to set up a mobile kitchen out there. Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool? Chef's a good-looking guy, isn't he? Get out there. We're going on the road, Chef. We're going on the road. Yeah. Make a boob cake. Have a taffy pull. That's good for my teeth. I already got enough dental problems. My dentist is like, don't come there. Don't, I got a problem with my teeth. He's like, go to Mexico. Jesus, right. I need a filling that needs to be drilled out and refilled. He's like, yeah. Well, you know what? I'm closing my office for the duration here. So, Giffy, go fuck yourself out there. Yeah, don't make a dump cake. Mobile kitchens have line outside. They do, Elbow Babbles. They do. Yeah, I'd love to hang with Chef and cook with him and be inventive, and I mean that would be really cool. Good old-fashioned taffy pull and a nude. You know, you eat that taffy and it pulls that crap right out. You pulls your fillet. When you drive back from, I remember Friday the 13th, the world imploded. Madowicks, I got to get your mind, man. You were just baked into this thing. I'm gonna talk you off the ledge, Madowicks. Okay, you got to think of happy thoughts. You're a Kiwi. You got the best friggin' rugby teams on planet Earth, the All Blacks. Okay. You got some of the best looking women on planet Earth. All right. You got some of the most epically beautiful country. I mean, it's unbelievable, man. You got the South Island, you got the North Island, you got it all there, man. Get out there and sniff the air. Go to a Maori festival or something. Okay? I want you to, your homework assignment is to do an upbeat video of New Zealand, okay? As if you were producing that for a homework assignment for the Tourism Bureau, okay? All our sports, we have ugly girls. Bullshit. You got some of the best looking women on planet Earth down there. Okay? Maoris. It's in the eye of the beholder. Come on. Jeez. Yeah, you're far from craziness. You're like gold. Okay? Kiwis rock. Everybody wishes that they were a Kiwi, all right? God. Are you familiar with Sebastian Maniscalco? I'm not, Darby. Sorry. Kiwi laid the All Blacks. The ladies are tough. Yeah, if everyone can try to set up for community, help each other. That's right, Elbow. We got years to help each other. Ain't nobody gone down with the ship on the Boyd. Okay, we are a family here. We are the world. We are the people. We are the infected ones, that carry on in life. Yeah, that's what we are, right, Juice? I mean, holy crap. I don't care, Madowicks. This year they'll win. Madowicks, you're so depressing, man. You know, we are the trolls. I like that. Madowicks, you're taking me down, man. I'm going to start tearing up in a minute. Jeez. I can't. Oh, man. Our crayfish trade went bust because China stopped buying. Go out tomorrow, Madeline. Treat yourself to a luscious seafood dinner in New Zealand. Remind yourself how great your country is. Okay, I mean, there's just so much, there's so many people who would love to visit New Zealand. I've seen some people putting up pantries in front of the house. That's good, Elbow. I'm going to be putting up Christmas lights on Saturday. Yeah, play the Baltimore Clippers, the Baltimore Clippers. I'm depressing you, and you're in the virus. I'm in one of the epicenters here, right? California, the Bay Area, the hot zone. They're dropping like flies over here. Okay, I'm still smiling. Yeah, Kiki. They said let's put some Christmas lights up, and let's cheer ourselves up. Like Hooker Cave and Snap Cards, the crayfish market, the crawfish market. Is that Chef, is that like a benefits card or something like that? Yeah, thank you, Madawick says, I won't be so negative. It's a stressful time. I love you, baby. I like you when you're positive and just mildly depressing, like most nights. I mean, it's like the bottom was reached in 1918 when the Surgeon General of the United States, or the chief medical officer of the Army, said at the rate of death now that's going on in October of 1918, the rate of death around the world, the Earth will lose half of its population in the next year and a half if the exponential rise. It didn't happen, okay? You know, I'm going to grab you by the collar and buck you up, man. Remember Cher in Moonstruck? Snap out of it. I lost my hand. I'm a wolf, a lone wolf. I lost my hand. I don't even know what the hell snap is. The hell is snap? Snuggle nipples at, I don't know what the hell it is. Didn't lose half its population in the black. I know, Red Pill. Why? I mean, what the hell are you guys doing tonight? And it didn't happen when President Ford said the same thing. Exactly. Oh, it's food stamps. Okay. SNAP is food stamps. We call them EBT, electronic benefit transaction. You love that? Wasn't that a great movie? Yeah, I lost my hand. No, look at me. Where's my love? Well, let me take you upstairs and fuck you. I'm a wolf. What's a wolf without a foot? Snap out of it. I love that. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Do 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 do. La da do ba ba boo da da do da da do da amore. Ooh, la da 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 dee, la da 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 dee da da do do. Scusa me, that's amore. Not being able to buy crawfish with food stamps. I'm going to tell you what, Insane Chef, I'm going to put it out there, brother, because I love you. I think you're a really good-looking guy. I'm going to just put it out here, all right? Ain't no meat enough to crawl on. These crawdads just don't got enough meat on them. I went to the Crawdad Festival in Isleton. At that time, I called it Isleton on the Sacramento Delta. And them bugs were more work to pull that meat off those mofos than it was worth. I hope those things are a little bigger down there in Louisiana. That's all I can say. Oh, that's your favorite movie of all time? That's good. Rosie, you think Nomadic Fanatic will do very well doing live streams? You start doing live streams and super chats. I don't know, Gerald. He seems to have a good core of supporters. But here's the problem, Gerald. This is a radical change in direction from somebody that did not interact with the fan base for years. I don't care. That's cool. That's the way he did it. Now you're suddenly interacting with the fan base, and people are going to say, gee, wonder why this happened. Oh, yeah, we just had an economic collapse. The guy needs money. I don't know how it's going to play in Peoria. It's not like Rosie. I'm here every day. I'm interacting, right? I'm with people. I'm doing content. I'm entertaining. This guy's been like somebody, on Mount Olympus, and all of a sudden he's come down with the peasants. I don't know how it's going to be desperate. It's a desperate 80% of your income got cut off. Okay, man, so what are you going to do? Be human all of a sudden? I got nothing against the guy. I've talked to him. I've communicated. I've sat on panels with him. We've written each other on Gmail. I got nothing against the guy. But sudden changes in things, people are like, okay, the dude's running scared. All right, I might flip him a sunny buck, but this week ain't like 2 weeks ago. Can we recognize that? This is not like 2 weeks ago. Everything has changed. Cheryl, Elbow Babbles. These people got to think of number one now. All right? They got to think of people like Cheryl's like me. She thinks of people like Eric and Michelle. Eric the goat guy. I don't need to think about a guy and a cat, okay? I got to think in the year ahead, where can the talents best be used to really help people? Not a guy out skylarking around the country, okay? Yeah, you're not prepared for life disruption. That's what I always said. That if you build your life on YouTube income, you're taking the biggest risk in the world. This is what pushes Elvis Travels off of the map. It's done. Okay? There'll be nothing to replace that. All right? It's over. Only the guy is a chicken with his head cut off that don't even know that he's a goner. Oh, thank you, Elbow Babbles. Times are tough, Johnny. What exactly? My thought, if I'm supporting somebody, what the hell is this person doing for the community? Eating big ribeyes and having a great time and partying. Yep, the king has been dethroned. The rifle in World War One. Now I'm out, not having fun. Hey brother, can you spare a dime? They put a gun in my hand and sent me off to war. Now they don't care about me no more. Let me ask you, friend, oh brother, can you spare a dime? Yeah. You lived high on the hog. Right? Yeah, that's it, T-Bird. Let's see. Feed the kids or support the bum in the van. Exactly. Exactly. And the bum in the van isn't even a gracious, thankful person. He'll take your head and kick it like a soccer ball. All right. My favorite musical. Good question. My favorite musical. I've never really been one onto. I guess Chorus Line would have to be my favorite. I love the costuming. I love the girls' legs. I love the sequins. I liked Bob Fosse. I like Roy Schreider in the movie. I saw Chorus Line on Broadway, and I absolutely love that. Yeah. The one singular sensation. Every move that she makes. One look and suddenly nobody else could do. Memories all alone in the moonlight. Something, do. La da dee dee do. I remember when life was such a beautiful thing. Let me love you once again. Gypsy Rose. Yeah, I loved, I got to tell you, Rhonda, ain't nothing everybody ever like. Natalie Wood was exquisitely gorgeous. I crushed on Natalie Wood, but Rosalind Russell, man, wow, what an actress. Everything's coming up roses for me. All that jazz was good too. That was great. He says suckers. That's what I'm saying, Melissa. The game is over. Okay. The beautiful thing is to think about that guy with his shovel in his hand at a camp up in the Sierras, busting a fire line. All right, for $10 a day or something, plus room and board. Okay, that's the vision I want you guys to have in your head. Okay, this guy is so scared out of his wits right now. Okay, all right. Every waking hour is consumed to how am I going to get the check? You know, it's like a Broadway show, right? How am I going to get the check? Life is so perilous right now. How am I going to get the check? Who do I see? What office do I go to? Why won't you talk to me? I need a check. I need it now. Where is my government relief? He needs government relief right now. Yes, 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 I do. It's like a Broadway show. Yeah, The King and I is great. I mean, that's it. Yeah, I mean, that's the... Thank you, Charlotte. I could write a whole damn Broadway show on that. The king has left the building. It's like the sun sets. Don't let that check go down on me. Ooh. Although I hurt myself, there's always someone else for me. Oh, please, Mr. Treasury Man, oh, won't you lay that check on me? Ooh, lay that check on me. I've hurt everyone, and now the world's coming down on me. You like how I do lyrics on the fly? I screwed everyone. Now the world's coming down on me. No check for you. It's like the suit Nazi. There ain't gonna be a check. Hey, honey badger. That's the most beautiful thing of all. Emergency fund. I know I should be a jingle writer, you know. I'm just saying, man, I'm not one to wish ill will on anybody, but there is a certain amount of tastiness that will go with this that I am absolutely loving. To think that this goofball finally gets his comeuppance is like a dream to so many people on YouTube, and it's unfolding. That's the beautiful. That's good, Gerald. Pretty soon it'll be cat food. Nice to see you, honey badger. I hope you're doing well, sir. Someone says thousands tucked away. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty tucked away, T-Bone. Yeah, tons tucked away. Yeah. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Give me a check. Give me some dough. Matchmaker, matchmaker, if I don't have that dough, there's just simply no way I can go. Well, you don't deserve a check. You've never done anything for anyone. Yes, I did. I entertained. I tried to be a ass kisser for everyone. No, you've been a fool and idiot out there, cruising in your van, spewing everywhere. I'm sorry, guys. I swear to God, I got time inside. I'm gonna write a whole damn Broadway show, and we're gonna produce it. We're gonna have a fundraiser for the man in the can. Opening tonight. Cue the lights. You'll be swell. Everything's coming up roses for me and for you. 7 brides for 7 brothers. When someone says they're glad, that doesn't deserve $1. That's right. So I'm learning to love it, man. I'm learning to love it. I'm just, life and karma have a way of dishing and slapping back that is just absolutely delightful. Absolutely delightful. And to think, Nomadic Fanatic going live. The worm has turned. These kings come down off the mountain now. I love you guys. I really love you. I've always dreamed of the day that I could interact with you on the side. I swear to God, I love you guys. Jax held me back. I couldn't do it. Yeah, I feel pretty. Oh, man. It's an amazing, I'm telling you guys, this is the absolute best time in the history of YouTube is now unfolding. Okay, you might have lost some money. Shit might be a little shaky. But you can be guaranteed when you tune in at night, you are going to laugh your ass off at the stuff that you are going to see that these people do. Okay, the shenanigans, the cover stories that are going to be on here. And it's like everything you ever thought about, man, this guy should be working. Right? You should be out there getting up like Rosie at 5 a.m. in the morning for 46 years or whatever and doing your thing, right? What, you just got up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you know? Them days are gone. Anchors away, anchors away, my friend. The money just floated away. I won't have a pot to piss in. Do, 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 do. I'll need each of you to help me in every way. I have no hopes or prospects for the future, but please send me on my way. I know I can stop the madness. You may use those clips, by the way, for parodies. I mean, it's so glorious, man, to just see that, just to see that goofball just go down below the waves. It's so good. I don't know. Yeah. Do 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 do. Other people's money's drying up. Exactly. This is for you guys on the other side of the screens that aren't content creators. You watch the channels and things like that. You're really the backbone of things. You know, we can either be positive and enjoy the entertainment of YouTube, or we can just sit there and just crawl into our shells and feel sorry for ourselves. I don't do that in life. The greatest entertainment's born out of tough times, you know, when people command a lot of attention, the few that are left. The entertainment value, the joy. Knowing you can turn away from Fox News. Ding, breaking news, Fox News alert, and just have some fun. Yes, it's exactly right. He dug his own grave. That's the beauty of it. That's what makes it so damn good. Okay? That's what makes it so damn funny. Because he's, you know, I'm not going to go there. Enlighten me, Rosie. I took a look. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. We'll always have fun. It's a big change, Coach. You're going to see a lot of things that you never saw before on here. And, you know, some things will horrify you. Some things will absolutely delight you. Some things will piss you off. There's people that will still want to milk this moment in time with the expectation that somebody is going to give them something. And that, I think, is the funniest thing of all. That, I think, is the most hilarious thing of all. So, I don't really care. I don't really care. It's inconsequential. I got bigger fish to fry. I didn't watch you love anything like that. I don't care, Matt. There's only one thing for the left of the guy to do, and that is to wake up in the morning and think to himself, how can I be the most outrageous now? Well, I'll get a Bozo the Clown haircut, and I'll fluff it out the sides, and that way everybody will be talking about it. Just like all the manufacturers slurping the coffee, which is fake. All the manufacturers smacking the lips, which is fake. Everything is contrived to have people there watching and talk about it the next day. Okay. Knowing that, what's the point? It's what I call manufactured. There's nothing natural or enjoyable about it to me. Yeah, mad world. It's an act, exactly. So I don't really care. We went our separate ways. I got my own stuff to do. He's inconsequential in my future. He will never come on. He will just disappear one day, and that will be it. And that will be a good thing. Watch all the old... yes, it is Kirsten. Yes. Yeah, and it's done. The show is packing up. It's leaving town. All right. Can't travel. You got no content that you can make. That's because he cut it himself. Elbow babbles. So yeah, back to show tunes. I don't want to talk about him anymore. It's been an outstanding hangout tonight. I got my point across. Well, Patricia, it's when somebody puts YouTube before friendship, then that's it. And you know, he thought he was the dirtiest player in the game, and he ended up being an also-ran because when need be, you know, he can't match wits. He's incapable of that. It's just like it's checkmate now, and that's it. Yeah, Janet can put him up for a while. He does desperately, T-Bone, because there's nothing for him out there. He can go stay with, he can get drunk with Norm, and maybe Norm will piss some more money away. He can go to, Mr. X. Maybe Mr. X will put him on the driveway. Who knows? Maybe made out of real Doritos, Cheryl. How would that be? Yeah, it's time to close that chapter and move on. I have saved for the ability, knowing this day might come on YouTube. The day I talked about it, I said there may be a day on YouTube when things don't continue along the way they have. When YouTube needs to take more of the money, or advertisers have to pull back, or there could be some economic event that occurs. I want to make sure that I can continue to bring content, and I'm in a position to do that. If I don't die of coronavirus, when all is clear, I will have the ability to get on the road and tell the story of the new America, and people are going to tune in and they're going to watch it and they're going to be fascinated. They don't have to drive around. They can see it through my eyes because I will bring the real experience. I don't have to make up content of contrived BS of a McCafe coffee. I don't have to take a coffee cup and fake slurping it. I don't have to smack my lips. Bring real legitimate content. You will see no break in my efforts at all unless I'm unfortunate enough to be hit by the coronavirus, okay? Which could happen. All right. That's the reality. Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. There'll be no break in mine. And, that'll be a good thing. And, the ridiculous, also Rand will be gone. That'll be it. He just couldn't compete in the real world. No, you don't get money from each comment. No. We can listen to old tunes. I don't wish any ill will. Like I said, I'm glad I did the project, but at each and every step of his career, he's always revealed himself as to what his true character or lack of character is. And the self-centered nature, and that's why The Magnificent Ambersons is such a great movie to watch, because it perfectly encapsulates the karma that inevitably falls back on these people that is now. Yeah, Kirsten, don't watch a lot of news and stuff. The news is designed, producers sit around and they hire people like me that can write headlines and have people say things to get people watching because it's so horrible. All right. They have to exaggerate the truth. We all know that things never are as bad as they predict them to be. And they're never as good as they claim they are. Okay? Don't watch. Just cut back on that. Go watch Ozzie and Harriet reruns. Go watch the Donna Reed show. Get your head out of the mixer. Go walk outside and have a walk. I'm so tired of people. I'm frightened. Somebody's like, I stayed up 30 hours watching the news. I'm like, man, what are you doing? I'm so distraught. I don't know what to do. I'm thinking about doing coke again. I'm like, are you kidding? Just turn the shit off. Yeah, thank you, Simon. Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. Quit watching the news and just get back to your life, okay? Take care of your health, protect it. 97% of the people go through the coronavirus just fine. If you could get those odds on Las Vegas, you would be like, yeah, put my money down, okay? All right. Yeah, put on a CD you haven't listened to and yet. Watch an old movie that you loved. Go get a chorus line. Go get Fiddler on the Roof. All right. Meet Me in St. Louis, or any one of the great Broadway of 1938 or whatever. Turn that crap off. It's all designed to get you hooked on that. And they all fight each other, right? Who can be the juiciest? It's bullshit. Turn it off. Thank you, dudes. Thank you very much, and I'll continue to do so. You'll lose people along the way. You'll lose people that are intensely jealous. You'll lose people that wanted to tell you how to run a channel and who to have on, or what to talk about. And they'll tell you that things are boring and they don't watch it. Who cares? If you can't go ahead and do your own thing on YouTube, and if you let other people's opinions steer you on YouTube, you will be screwed. Okay? Yeah, we got some good yucks tonight, didn't we, Jamal? Yeah, busted all this out about it. Instead, you berated people. Doesn't matter. Yosemite, you spoke your crap about me for a year. Okay, you didn't care about that. You brought your dislike into my chat for him. I associate with what I want to do. He never did anything to you. But you took it upon yourself to be a super troll and to go around and talk crap. Okay, for no reason at all. as if you were doing the Lord's work. So I was glad that you got the royal boot. All right. So move on. Don't come back to my chat. You're a negative person. All right. Thank you. Get rid of that person. Person has always been a negative person. Never a positive in any chat stream whatsoever. Don't come back to my chat, Yosemite. Enjoy your own bed of misery. Try to be nice to that person for months, but they brought their personal animosity for Elvis in. Regardless of the 6 months we had where nothing was done, nothing was negative, this person couldn't let it go. Couldn't let it go. So move on. Be gone. Be gone. Do your own world. Everybody has the right to make their own opinions about things without being influenced by you. Another mental case. Another pissed off person that never had a positive day in their life on YouTube. Go back to the drama community. All right. Yeah, KC is great. Love Kansas City. She'll just fire up one of her other 5 troll accounts. All right. I don't know what the good barbecue in Kansas City is anymore. Since Arthur Bryant's went all franchise, it just hasn't been the same. It's not relevant, Patricia. It's just somebody that can't let go of things. Rosedale Barbecue, Kansas City Joe's. Okay, Missy. I like the baby back ribs. That's my favorite. I love baby back ribs. It's a place, the barbecue place that the 2 sisters own. Love it. So you know that, Jennifer? Yeah, 2 separate places. Yeah. Can't remember the name. For me, Kansas City barbecue is #1. Yeah, I did vinegar. I like the sauce based. I don't do the rubs. I don't do the Carolina vinegar. I like the sauced barbecue. That's my favorite. That's my absolute favorite. Beef, always beef. Kidding, of course pork. Baby back ribs, pork baby back ribs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I love them. The pork baby back ribs, love them. Love them, love them, love them. I used to be able to do a full rack. Now a half a rack is good. Went up there, everybody on sides. You got to try some of the Kansas City barbecue. Oh, you took Janny D to Rosedale Barbecue. I like her. She's always been really nice. Lobster and crab legs. I can't afford that, Foodie Beauty. Lobster and crab legs. Jesus, honey. You must be the richest. Yeah, I will smoke whatever meat you want. I'm going to come through Kansas, Bubba Bug. You know why? #1, you've been a friend to me. And #2, I have the ability to travel and visit and hang out. And I bring my own house with me. And that's a good thing. And I love Kansas. I absolutely love Kansas. I want to tour Salina. I want to tour Goodland. I want to tour Russell. Manhattan, the whole schmear, Emporia, all of that. How you doing, Lisa Ann? Nice to see you. Yeah, sure. Not everybody, Cheryl. Not everybody. But I do. I want to see Dodge City. I want to see liberal Kansas. I want to spend a month in Kansas just touring around. Oklahoma too. Go to Lawrence and visit Kansas University. I know it is, Kiki. I know it is. Everybody's like, oh, it's so. I want to see the Cathedral of the Plains. Oh, there's so many people. Oh, it's boring in Kansas. Bullshit. When Anthony Bourdain stopped and ran out, and the lady was cooking ribs and cornbread. He really enjoyed that day. That's cool, Brian. I will personally give you a tour of Fort Riley. Brian, you know Fort Riley is where the Spanish flu of 1918 was born. Okay, did you know that? That's where they finally figure that the pandemic started, which should have been called the American flu there. Hi, Gypsy Mom. I do see you, babe. Go to Lawrence, Kansas. They got nuked in war games. Interesting, yeah. And you know what happened? Yeah, did you see that, Brian? In those days, in Kansas, they built, they had huge piles of manure, and they would burn them. And unfortunately, one day that big wind came up and it turned the sky yellow. And within a week, 100 guys were down and on sick call. And that was it. We were off and running. Spanky, my comrade. July, Buyenzo, do, 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 do. Yeah, Kentucky mutton would be okay. I've had mutton before. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's a little gamey, but it's good. Yeah, there's a lot of cool places. I like to see Kansas City on the Kansas side. I like to see Kansas City on the Missouri side. So I know, Miriam, I'm cutting down. Actually, I had 2 sausages, noodle, and salad tonight. So I'm increasing my meat. I figure more of a keto. Yeah, we got locked in our homes. Yeah. You don't want me around in Wyoming now. I'm a vector of disease, Spanky, from California. 20 million of us are going to be infected. Anyway, I have a great love for Kansas. I'm a super spreader. You know why, Spanky? I'm O negative blood type, which is more resistant to this influenza. And you know, it is what it is. I spread cheer everywhere. Hi, everybody. I'm what they call a I don't know what the hell you call it. Yeah, maybe a super spreader, a vector of. Do you remember that song by? Of course, I'm on a Kansas City, here I come. They got pretty little women, and I'm gonna get me one. I love that song. Love that song. It's one of the truly great cities of America, Kansas City. It's so much to see there. So much cultural diversity, so much great food, so much good jazz. They got the Negro Baseball Hall of Fame, great museums, one of the cleanest cities you'll ever see, and the people are pretty damn cool. Yep. Yeah. Well, Jamal, don't worry about it. You know, I mean, it's just keep yourself clear. That Catholic church was fine. Wasn't that beautiful T-bone with the fretwork on the trim and things? It's just beautiful. And I love the silver dollar lady. She had 3,121 silver dollars on her, representing the depth of the mind of the consolidated mind. I'm going to Kansas. Here I come. I'm on a Kansas City, here I come. They got a crazy way of loving there. Why the hell did that come on? Missy Jen? The hell, the thing just turned itself on? What the hell? God almighty. I don't know. Jesus. You're scared. Shit. Jeez. What the hell? What the hell? It's a challenge that Mitsu is proud to tackle. Yeah, great, man. Where did that come from? The hell? They got pretty women in there, and I'm gonna get me one. Gone to Kansas City, Kansas City. Yep. Yep. Yep, the futures are up. It could be a good day tomorrow, guys. We could have a good day tomorrow, even though Johns Hopkins University says the death toll just passed 10,000 in the world. Do 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 do. Yeah, like I said, I think the worst of the shock is over now, so I'm pretty happy about that. I have one more leg down, but that'll be about it. So I'm happy. Yeah, 10,000 worldwide dead. Mark Twain Museum. I did not T-bone because I just don't like to pay money to go into the Mob Museum in Las Vegas. Oh shit, that costs money too. Okay, well, I'll just no, I'm not chewing my arm off. I'm going to be putting up some Christmas lights and stuff, so looking forward to doing that. That'll keep me busy. I got a lot of stuff to clean here, get organized. I am a history Sherry. I love United States history, particularly financial history. It's almost like I've studied it month by month, year by year, from about the 1820 onward. I'm hoping that, I don't think the pump's going to be delivered tomorrow. I've got to get this washing machine back together. So, right before the radio turned on the bottom of the curtain, there's sort of moved. It was a shot. I don't know, Patricia. Don't scare me. All right, take care, Gerald. Get back for a bit. Yeah, Christmas, it's a new movement to brighten up the world. I like that idea. Like I said, we're very close to the end of this financial part of this thing, which is good. So it's time to be very happy. At the museum, they have open graves, say a 7 glasses over the grave. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool, T-Bone. That's pretty cool. I don't know how it turned on, Patricia. I don't even want to know. Weird shit happens around here all the time. Just weird stuff happens. You're a little unsettled. I gotta sleep here. Yeah, the ghosts follow me up. I don't know, just stuff. I'll be chooching this weekend, Stevie. I'll be out Saturday night on the streets. I wanted to let this shelter-in-place thing kind of work its way through for the first day or two. So I'm so used to doors open here by themselves, radios turn on. I don't know what it is. I got no idea. So Saturday night, I think, is the night I'm going to be out and about. You should name your ghost. I know. I don't know what it is, Missy. Yeah, you can choose. Just keep a safe distance. Don't be within 6 feet of anybody, okay? Good night, Sherry. Much love to you, honey. Don't be within 6 feet of people is the key. There won't be many people on the street. Everybody wants to maintain a distance now anyway. That's why the services are all taking a beating. You may have had a friend join you. Maybe so, Kirsten. There you go, Spanky. Stacy or Tracy or, yeah, Tommy with an IE. Well, I'm just saying, Patricia, stuff happens here. Radios get turned on by themselves. Doors, we wake up in the morning, the front door is open. I lock the back door at night. We wake up in the morning, the door is open. I'm like, what the hell? Hey, Tina. So far, I haven't had the hell beaten out of me, so it's okay. Spirits can follow you home from haunted places, and I'm not one to be spooked or anything, but it's mildly annoying. Jen's like, front door open. Well, somebody should go check it. Well, why not you? If you guys, I'll tell you guys, one of the greatest comedy skits I ever saw. I don't know if you all guys, HBO, Larry David on the, I can't remember what the hell his show's called on HBO. Curb something. What's it called? Curb Your Enthusiasm. They had a survivor of a concentration camp, a Jewish concentration camp, and he was on there comparing himself to the guy that won the Survivor, was on the Survivor contest, and that was funny as shit. And I don't even know what the hell I'm telling you this. I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about. I don't know. Anyway, I liked the show, you know, and it was just so damn funny. I forgot what my point was. I've had too many beers. I don't know. I'm honest. Yeah, it was great. I forget what the hell I was going to say about it. Yeah, the mind is a terrible thing to waste, and that's all I have, you know, is a crappy mind. There was some point I was going to make. Let me scroll up. And yeah, the doors. I don't know what the hell it was, Cheryl. It's useless. Let me see. Oh, man. Hazmat. I don't know what the hell. I forgot. I have no idea. I do like my beer, though. I don't know why I was that, but it's great, man. But they had that. That was one of the funniest things. You guys got to see that clip. It's about 3 minutes long. This guy's a Holocaust camp survivor, and he thinks he's going to meet a fellow survivor from the Holocaust. And he meets a guy from the show Survivor. And it is so hilarious, that clip. Yeah, I remember in the middle of the night. Yeah, I don't know, Cheryl. I can't remember it all. I just went totally out of my head. I don't know. It's just, I love that show. I love that. I love that Jewish comedy. I don't know what the hell it was. Whatever it was going to be good. It was going to be epic. So, too much entertaining tonight. Yeah, it's weird. Just stuff happens around here. I get up in the middle of the night and come out here, and radios are turned on, and the fireplace is on. I don't know. Yeah, it's funny. You look up Curb Your Enthusiasm Survivor, and you'll see one of the funniest damn things you've ever seen. Like, this guy's talking about how the guy on Survivor, the show, is talking about, man, you wouldn't believe it. We didn't have any thing to no hot water in the Holocaust. No hot water. We didn't take a shower for a month. We didn't clean for a month. And the guy's like, yeah. And the Survivor guy from the show, we didn't have any snacks. The guy's like, snacks? It is so funny. It's hilarious. Snacks? Are you kidding? We didn't eat for a month. I'm the survivor. No, I'm the survivor. Oh, God, that was funny. I don't know what it is, Patricia. I don't think anybody's coming in. I don't know. Yeah, Curb is great, man. But I like the Latte Larry and all that. That's good stuff. Yeah. I don't know who in the hell. I mean, I've come in this morning and 2 radios are turned on in the wall. I don't know if Missy Jen is dicking with me or what the story is. I know I'm lagging on the comments, Vicky. I know. Yeah, Mocha Joe, isn't that good? I love that stuff. And the waitress that drips into the soup. It's like, yeah, I sold the car. Yeah, I'm going to Europe. You sold my car. No, you gave me the cars. Foodie Beauties, if I become a ghost, I'm going to be such a troll. I don't think you have it in you, Foodie Beauty. I think that you're too sweet to be a troll, honey. It's not in you. I'm sorry. I've seen you. It's not in you, honey. You can't be a troll. You just can't. You're like the good witch Glinda in The Wizard of Oz, right? You can't be a troll. You're not cut out to be a troll. You're not. I'm sorry. You're sweet. No, it's just the lights were on, Tim. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Yeah, I know Missy has it in her. I know that. Do 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 do. Achtung, guys, it is almost midnight. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. It's been 3 minutes and 31 seconds. The futures are positive tomorrow. It might be a happy day. Okay. It may be the day we officially turn the corner on the shock and enter into the awe. Okay. We had some laughs tonight. We're feeling pretty damn good. We live in North America, right? We're very, very blessed people. Thank you, Missy, T-Bone, Charlotte, everybody else this evening. Bubba Bug, an honor to always be on with you. Ray Cook, Deborah, Jamal, Charlotte. Misunderstood. Thank you to my moderators, Cheryl, everybody here. Patricia Wakefield, good to see you. Much love to you, Cheryl. And Missy, God love your pops there. And I sure hope everything goes good. It's tough times, but let's make them good times, guys, okay? Have a good one.